The scene opens looking over the flow on the shoreline. There are many sort of granity onyx rocks scattered about the place. It looks fairly plain and normal. There's not much life around other than two smouldering bodies by the shore's edge. A figure can be seen, heavy plated, a boot landing on the rocks as it jumps off its warg. It begins to move across, the armor really heavy on its shoulders. Another orc, but this one looking bigger, tougher. Looks at the warg, then looks at the body of the other orc lying there. There is a growl. He brings up his hand and whistles, and from on high a bird suddenly comes screeching down. Its wings open to break its fall, and then it lands on his arm. He begins to whisper to the bird, a big vulture-like creature, and then he sends it up into the air, and it flies towards Midway. He then looks down at the orc body, begins to move it onto its back and move its arms sort of across its shoulder. Waste, he says in Orcish, and then begins to devour the body, eating every morsel and eventually finishing on the heart. As he stands, the job done, he looks as the bird begins to fly back, holds his arms out once more, and the vulture lands and begins to almost whisper to him. With that, he transfixes his eyes to the north, to the east, then to the west, to Midway. In one fluid motion, he's upon his warg and then charging off into the distance. Meanwhile, as the camera begins to pan down towards the flow, we see within the lava being carried almost specks of light, red and blue, almost like pollen, scattered about, floating down the flow towards the ocean. However, our story now continues in Midway, where you three have arrived back at the shack at the slums, and you've kind of made plans on what you're doing with the mithril bars, but it's a lot of crafting, and rather than bog everything down, I take it you're moving ahead with your plan, talking to Barrick's cousin, Iridan.
I've got a really good cousin over in the Rate Forge. He owns his own forge, would you believe it? And mates rates, family rates, should I say. I'm getting me that great axe. Corvith, you can have some of the some arrows with the leftovers.
Very generous, thank you.
Aye.
Considering Corvith will be the one forging them, I think Corvith should be the one that decides what happens.
Barrick's going to look at Corvith, sort of like just size him up. I've never seen you make anything, so can I trust you with such valuable, expensive, rare, and glorious metal?
Dwarf, I have lived here all my life. Your cousin may have a forge here. That's great. But I have spent my time crafting and forging and repairing weapons here since my birth. Yes, you can trust me with the mithril.
He'll sort of slap you on the back. Well then, you must have been trained by dwarves themselves.
I say, Corvith, with half of the half bar that you will have left, would you craft a few coins for me of specific design? You should have enough for 10.
I can try. I have not made coins before.
They simply need to bear my mark. And I've already taken the liberties of sketching it. And he's going to hand you a little corner of parchment. And it's this sort of diamond shape with a flower with thorns wrapped around it. And on the circling it on the outside is songbirds. 10 of these should serve my purposes quite nicely.
He's going to raise his eyebrows and go, I've never really been one for such intricate designs. I can try.
Well, that's all I ask. And of course, the quarter bar left should be enough to pay you for your services.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Right. With that, you head over to see your cousin. I mentioned the wrong name to begin with. It's Hereth is
Yeah.
your cousin.
My cousin Eric, he looks exactly like me.
Yeah. So, the Great Forge is a smelly place, and it is a collection of a lot of forgers and crafters and smiths, and all vying to become the best in Midway. Your cousin's quite happy where he is. He creates arms and armors for House Victus, who provide a lot of the weaponry to both freelancers and military and house guards. So Hereth he's busy, all the time busy, and as you turn up, he greets you with a kind of, it's you. Let me guess, Barak, are you still wasting your time out there? You should be in here, learning a proper trade, not traipsing around.
Well, has that proper trade ever got a new 7 mithril bars?
7 mithril bars? Nah, you're pulling my leg.
Look at these. He's going to slam them down on the counter.
Oh, he has a look at them, and then he's, these are pre-ashfall. Look, you can tell by the numbers.
I knew that.
This is not markings we put on.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, look, see, this is a lot of mithril, but a lot of them. And my axe is getting rusty. It's falling apart. It served me well. You did very good work on it, but it's been like 5 years, and I've killed a lot of orc with this thing.
His eyes light up at that. You're gonna learn a trade. You're gonna make your own axe.
Well, I'm an observant learner, and so I'm going to observe Corvith here, my friendly companion. You've probably seen him around the forge, if what he claims is true. He's going to make them. We just need to borrow your forge to do it. And look, we've worked it out, and some of this mithril can be used to pay for the forge. How about that? Yeah, we got about a quarter a bar left over.
Quarter a bar. I tell you what, that definitely will see you at the forge here. And Corva, you're more than welcome to borrow my forge. I'd like to see your skills firsthand. See if the reputation is true that you are somewhat competent as a smith.
No pressure.
I nod to the dwarf. I think we would have, I might have been here a couple of times in the past, as passing acquaintances sort of thing, and say, Master Dwarf, I shall do my best.
Excellent. Right. I'll show you where you can set up. And with that, he takes you to one of the spare areas, begins to get some of his apprentices to fire up the forge, to get the fires burning, to bring in fresh water and so forth. Right. What you're looking to forge is about 42 days worth of equipment. If you do that, it will be the 48th, the end of the month, and you would have missed by quite a few days the caravan that goes out this month. It leaves on the, hang on.
You're going to make me roll, aren't you?
I got it here. It leaves on the 33rd. I'm not going to make you roll, but it's your choice.
Yes, to speed it up. I remember.
If you want to speed it up, yeah, you can make a roll.
I mean, the DC is 20.
Or you can play it safe.
You got a good chance at it.
So, I'll let you know what the role is. First of all, you are an expert blacksmith.
Yeah.
And you're working with mithril. So it's a straight up roll. There are no boons.
Yeah,
no
so I got a +7. So what is the pressure like from my companions? Say we get to 10, 20 days in, and I'm working away and making progress, but the time's sort of ticking for the caravan to leave.
Well, that's going to depend, because on last session we ended off and I said I would treat the petals and the sap that we found in such a way as to preserve it for transportation to harbor. But while I'm doing that, are we sort of under time constraints with how well that goes? I mean, is there an outside pressure other than we just have to wait a little bit longer after?
It takes you about 12 days to get all of that done, at which point the petals are preserved and ready for transportation. You will, of course, have taken a select few and put them in ointments and within jars to preserve the freshness of them as much as you can. But for the rest, yeah.
How many pounds
It means
does that leave me with? And I'll just make it.
Okay, so you came back with £12.
Yep.
And once you've gone through the process, you've still got £12, but instead of it being 24 encumbrance, it's now 6 encumbrance. So you've packed it, you've made it smaller. It still weighs the same,
on Bill.
but it's more transportable. But you have got several jars. Shall we call it 10 jars, which have preserved petals in them, so they're fresh.
I will pop those on Bill also.
Yeah, but you'll want them. That's a time constraint, isn't it? Because they're not going to stay fresh forever. So, and
was that 10 jars worth, wasn't it?
10 jars.
And the caravans leave every month. So if we miss this one, it'll be another.
It'll be another month.
So the next one, sort of thing. Yeah. So
how much
there's the
jars. Sorry. How much encumbrance for the jars, or none?
Oh, the jars are quite small. You're talking probably 1 encumbrance.
I'll put them on Bill as well.
Yeah.
Well, if we can trust my ointments and jars and methods to keep the petals fresh for a good long while, then I don't see a reason to rush Veriax. Unless Barrack has any... Barrack
Every single day that Veriax is working on this, all 47 of it, or whatever it was, Barrack will... 42. Barrack's he's going about his business in town, drinking and fighting. And then he'll come by the forge for like an hour to sort of be like, is it ready yet? And then pretending that he's learning blacksmithing while he's there, he'll just sort of like watch it. Oh, so how's this bit done then? What's this? And he'll like touch something he's not supposed to. Knock things over. What's that do? Was that important?
Hands off. Leave me to my work.
So yeah, I think
just in this.
I think what we're leaning towards here is we're not in any rush.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
And I'll continue.
So if there's no pressure from the other two to rush, then Corvus won't rush.
I'll continue my work as a herbalist and doctor while I'm here, just to keep our costs covered.
Yeah. Well, 30 days later, if you're starting with the axe, Veriax, or are you starting with your arrows and the coins, leaving the axe till last?
I'm guessing the arrows are a bit quicker, won't they? So,
a lot quicker.
I mean, selfishly, and I think just to like get into it, just to help me with the mithril, I would make the arrows first.
Are they nice looking arrows?
No, they're arrows.
They're
very functional. Everything about Corvus is very functional. You ask him to put little pretty birds on things, is kind of outside his zone. Yeah. But because you've drawn something that's a bit like Bob Ross, and I'd probably end up like something that's like with a 5-year-old drawing it. But we'll see. But yeah, so the arrows first, then the axe, and then the coins are not the priority. They're the one that that I'll do last.
Okay, so with the coins, blacksmithing is used to create the coins, but artistry is used to actually create the engravings.
Yeah,
I might be able to. I'm specialized in it. I could do that bit.
You want to guess what I've got in artistry?
0.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, if you could just make me the coins, I'll do the technical detail stuff.
Right. I mean, again, just to get you out the way, I suppose I could do the coins second and then the axe last. Because you'll be coming around as well, won't you? Saying you got my coins, I'm like, yeah, okay. So
I don't know. He might get a bit engrossed in what he's doing in his hut for a little while there. But that was only going to take him so much time.
Still arrows first, then coins, then axe.
Okay. No problems with the arrows. So the arrows are solidly made of mithril other than the flights. The flights are kind of attached. You create little grooves. The feathered flights goes in, but the shaft is mithril. The head is mithril. Arrows done. Coins blank done. At which point in Durian, you can pop down the forge at any point. They've got some tools there for you to effectively start the engravings and stuff like that. Yeah, the coins themselves are worth about 10 pennies each. Mainly because there's a lot of alloys that go into the mithril to make sure it's pliable as a small coin. Still very light, look incredible. That silvery sort of almost glow that each coin has is enchanting. And after many visits, your cousin Hereth thinks you're doing really well there, Varick. The interest you're taking in the creation of this axe, he thinks you're going to pick up blacksmithing before you know it. Give up
I've
your
learned
wandering
so
days
much.
and
I just
spend
have
your
to
time in the
wander a
forge.
little bit further away from Midway for another few years. Just to pick up some rare ore that I heard was in the mountains.
Rare ore? Well, if you bring it back here and I get a bit of a cut, then absolutely.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I'm just glad you took a bit of interest for once. You know the family's terribly disappointed.
Well, look, someone's got to collect the materials.
And a total of 42 days later, the axe is done,
glorious.
glimmering and shining. It's
beautiful.
incredible. So, it is. So, Barak, the mithril axe, when you deal damage with it, it deals an additional d6 damage.
He is going to hand in
And don't
his
forget,
old axe to Hereth. Listen,
Hereth looks...
you forged this a long time ago. It's a beauty.
He looks...
I called her Roxanne.
Roxanne? Well, he looks at the chipped ends and the state of it. Is that because you've been hitting rocks with
orc
it?
skulls, actually, which are basically the same thing.
They're
Yes.
quite thick.
Look, this thing.
Do you know what?
I don't even need anything for it. I just need to know that she's safe. So I keep her here at the forge.
Family heirloom.
You can hang her on the wall. It is a family heirloom.
Oh, absolutely. I will make sure it has
There's
a
even
pride
still
place.
some orc blood on it.
And with that, he reverently... He does have a
Doesn't
close
take
look.
care of it at all.
Yeah, I can see.
Not even cleaned it.
No. I will make sure it is looked after. Thank you, Barak. It's good to have seen you for a little bit longer than I normally do. Are you staying much or heading off?
Oh, I'm heading off again, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, as I said, there's rare ores in the mountains. They need collecting. And there's orcs to kill.
Just be careful.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying be careful.
Don't worry, I always am. He's going to trip on. He's like stub his toe on the angle and then like crash into a weapons rack on his way out. Oh fuck! Bloody things. Oh.
Well, I think it'd be best you be off then, quickly. And with that, he quickly ushers you out. Thanking you, Corbeth, for it's been a good demonstration of your skills. You took your time, and the craftsmanship is good.
Yeah, no need to rush working with such valuable material.
Yes, savoring the time in the forge. I like it.
Okay.
And for your time, you've got 40 pennies yourself, Corvith, after the payment to the forge has been done.
Easy.
That's more encumbrance. That's fine.
That's a penny a day almost.
Almost, yeah. That's a terrible rate, terrible pay, I've got to be honest.
Luckily, money's not his his motivation for doing it.
Luckily for us, yes.
Corvith, my lad, this is a thing of beauty. I've never beheld such a wonderful axe in my entire days.
Would you like me to engrave it?
He's going to look at the elf very cautiously. And then he's going to, has he seen the coins or are you sort of keeping them close to?
Oh no, I'm quite proud of the work.
He's going to look at the work on the coins and then the axe. How long is that going to take?
Well, we have to wait for another caravan regardless.
Dean, we're never leaving, by the way.
No, you're not. No. Endorian, would you like to roll your artistry to see just how good your coins are?
Oh, shit. This is going to go terribly.
This is another healing thing, is it? Oh, I'm a grandmaster.
What
roll a skill.
Well, what rank do you
I am
have in
specialised.
artistry anyway?
I
Okay, so yeah, you definitely need to make a roll.
modifier +5. Submit to No boon or bane.
Hmm,
Very
not
good.
bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, that is absolutely, yeah, looks really good. Beautiful craftsmanship.
In
Yeah,
fact,
all right then.
I have these wonderful coins that I feel we've made together out. I'm going to take 2 of them. I'm going to place one in Corvus' hand. I'm going to place one in Veriax's hand. I was going to place it on his chest. He's going to sort of do a little bow. Endurian Starstone have found myself indebted to the pair of you. These coins represent a favor you may ask of me at a time of your choosing, and so long as it should not break the laws of man, elf, nor dwarf, I shall try to see it done.
Oh, wonderful.
Corvus will be. He'll sort of pop the coin into his back pocket and probably forget all about it for the time being, at least.
70 years down the line.
Basically, yes.
Right. You've got a long time to wait, so I take it you go your separate ways for now, agreeing to meet back a couple of days before the caravan.
Yeah.
So how long is a long time?
You got 30 days to wait, pretty much. The caravan comes in. There's a 2-day waiting period just in case it gets delayed. At that point, you can make inquiries, check they're taking on guards, and then in a couple of days,
Right.
you
Well,
leave with the
during
caravan.
that time, I will be trying to earn some extra pennies by taking on a couple more patients than usual.
Ooh, so
I'm
you're
actively trying to make a
trying
little bit of money.
Okay, make a persuasion roll,
My reputation is
because you're not very well liked.
Come,
Yeah.
let me chop you up. It's just a straight D20. I promise I
Go
won't
on.
hurt you.
You begin to scare people. They begin to wonder what experiments you're about to be doing on them, and yeah, it's not going down well.
Oh well.
You're
Leaves more
trying to
time
be
for
nice. You're
reading
trying to
and
turn a
study.
leaf, but
Barrack kicks the door in.
absolutely.
I'm Darian. I need your services. My knuckles are bloodied.
Ah, yes, good. Here. And I'm going to reach for one of the little bits of sap that I've been tinkering with from the plant. Remember this.
No.
This is sap from the plant that tried to eat you.
Ah, yes.
If I am correct, this should at least stop the pain and help with the rejuvenation. And I'm just going to smear a bit over the knuckles.
He's going to flex his fingers and
It burns slightly,
it's making it worse.
and then hardens.
You know what? I think it might have worked.
Of course.
Cheers. I'm going to give him a penny.
Thank you. But mates rates, am I right, dwarf?
As you walk outside,
This wasn't the favour either.
as you walk outside, the sap kind of drops off and shatters on the floor.
Incredible.
Yeah. Your wrist, your knuckles look quite good though. You know, there's a little bit of sap still left on there. Bit of a coating, a skin.
Well,
I've
Corvus has
discovered
spent
skin moisturization.
he spent a month in a forge, so he's used to heat and soot. But still, he thinks he's deserved a bit of R&R, so he's going to spend his time in probably dangerous dives and brothels and stuff for a little while to just chill out. So,
there are plenty of places like that. Do you want to take 40 pennies off your character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every penny you've just earned.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just
That's how
blow it
works.
on
He would
horse
live hand to
gambling and
mouth first
drink.
thing. He wouldn't keep a lot of cash. So
Yeah.
he does have. I mean, right now he's got more cash in him. I think he would have had.
I can imagine that at
living
some
memory
point
problem.
Endurian's going to have to go and bail these two out of a bloody prison cell.
More than
This
likely.
is what he does. He lives here, so you know. But yeah, he'll just have some downtime. You know, go in bars and have a good time, enjoy himself, maybe gamble or something a little bit, and then. But yeah,
Excellent.
not really do a lot of socializing. You understand? But yeah, just chill out for a bit.
Yeah, Corvus really kicks back and lets his hair down. Has a good time. Those 40 pennies go a long way when you're in the undercurrent of Midway in the underbelly.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit. Yeah, so
Right, and the time ticks on. Summer reaches its zenith and begins to pass. The longest day now beginning to move towards autumn, when you can hear it coming in on the 31st, the huge wagon train as you all meet up once more. There is one wagon after another, after another, after another. 27 of them, pulled by the mighty Hiroxen, come bundling their way through Midway, grinding the streets beneath their great wheels. I have actually got a picture I'm going to send you all to now and roll 20.
Ooh.
Incoming. Why would you need one of those things when you can just have Bill? Loading. Yeah, why would you need one of those things when you can just have Bill?
So what you've got there is your typical wagon. They've got, not all of them have, but some of them have ballista towers on them. The Hiroxen, you can see just how big they are. They're huge beasts of burden. They can eat loads of food, and you can already see they're beginning to be taken off to be fed. And then they don't need to eat for weeks on end. So they're perfect for pulling these wagons, not having to keep fed, and getting to your destination.
Food camels.
Yeah, pretty much. And the wagons are heavily armored on the one side. The ballistas looking quite mean, and huge numbers. So this wagon train is quite a sight if you've never seen one. And this is the only way to kind of travel in relative safety in the wilds. So, are you approaching the caravan guard, Master?
Which one of us should go forth? Who is more likely to make an impression?
None of us are people, people, are we? People persons.
I am at least dressed properly, he says as he straightens his singed robe.
Yes, if we were going to court. But we're
Well,
not.
we'll all go together. Maybe my nice shiny mithril axe will impress them.
Yes, maybe the axe will impress them.
Yes.
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 We'll continue. We'll all go over as a group.
Okay.
Aragorn can go first.
Aragorn. Corvith, I think you've been kind of pushed to the front.
Yeah. I mean,
There is an elderly gentleman, quite well dressed. He bears a house insignia of. Let me just get the house.
Ooh.
2 seconds. I had this ready and I accidentally closed it.
it's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's quite hot. Times like that, I wonder if she's pregnant and hasn't told me. Because these jokes come out of my mouth, like, huh?
Right, 2 seconds. It won't be too long. Hang on.
I have Bill with me, by the way.
You have got Bill? Fantastic.
Bill is coming because he has my stuff.
Yeah.
And, he's the main character of this story.
Oh, it is Bill's story. I think in every party, the beasts of burden have taken center stage.
Good. As it should be.
Right, here we go. House Themis markings. So House Themis is one of the major houses. They deal with all the administration and logistics of the protectorate.
Okay.
So he looks up, very well dressed, but the clothes look kind of worn, very dirty. You can see he's been on the road a long time. He's just shooed off a couple of people and kind of told them to come back when they have proper skills. As you lot approach, he begins to look you up and down, and then his eyes look to you, Corvith. Signing up for guards.
Nod my head in greeting and go, that's right, we're planning to head to Midway. No, we're not. We're planning to head to Harbour.
Harbour. Okay. Yeah. Looks you up and down, then looks up Barrack and Dorian.
I'm resting on my axe.
Like pushing it forward slightly.
Yeah,
look at this.
Like plain view.
Well, you got the air of competence about you, and that's something. I'm a little bit short on guards at the moment, so I think I think we can make a deal here. Can I have your freelance papers, please?
We're not part of the freelance guild.
Ah, well, okay, we can get around that, but I'm going to have to charge you a tax, I'm afraid. If you're not part of the freelancers, then you don't get access to the rebates.
Understood. Corvus would know this.
I mean, it doesn't take long. You can visit them if you want and get your membership papers and come back here. And we can do the rest of the paperwork, or I'm happy to bring you on board as as guards rather than guildsmen.
Yeah, that sounds agreeable.
I would rather not have to worry about guild dues and things.
Guild dues? You don't pay them. They make money off you.
Well, there's always... Oh, I'm saying that out of character. Well, I don't want to have to be beholden to a guild, is what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, and with that, he begins to process the paperwork. He looks you all up and down and goes, how does 14 pennies a day sound?
Sounds fine by me.
Agreeable.
15 pennies a day, sir.
15 pennies? I don't know. I mean, I tell you what, if you prove yourselves, I'll up the rate to 16 pennies. How does that sound?
Agreeable.
But if you don't prove yourself, we'll call it 13.
We're expecting...
Proving ourselves mean?
It means you do your job and you do it well. You keep the caravan safe. If there's danger, you leap in and you deal with it. You do that, and I'll pay you 16 pennies each a day. It's 6 days to Swanton. Your first pay is then.
Sounds agreeable to me.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, obviously 30% tax comes off, but let's agree that. Right, so he begins to put the paperwork together to sign you up.
30%
Looks you up
tax.
It's still more.
Just become a member of the guild, and that tax disappears.
There seems like there's going to be a catch.
Yeah, Corvus doesn't join clubs.
Just make a note. Signed up, 16 pennies per
That's
day.
11 pennies that we'll be getting out of this per day.
It's more than what we get if we went around, though, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Safer
Safer too.
Off camera, so yeah.
Okay,
30%.
and
People threw tea in the harbour over too.
We're civilized.
right.
Yeah, if we pay taxes.
As he puts the paperwork together, in Dorian, he hands you your paperwork back and goes, your elf eyes come in handy. You'll be on one of the towers as we move around, looking
Very
out for
well.
danger.
I can more easily catapult magic then as well.
Ah, good. I don't think we got enough of that. The
I
blisters
will
do a good
say-
job, but they don't have the accuracy of a good
I
spell.
will say
slinger.
though, my donkey Bill, he will not be able to ascend a tower.
He can join the horses at the back.
He is carrying cargo that I am quite fond of. You understand? I would like.
You want to pay for the cargo to be taken?
No. He is going to keep it.
In which case, he joins them at the back.
How much?
It's free.
No. But
If you want the cargo to go in the wagon, then we're talking to harbour, you said? He brings out a little book, and you can see the book has a lot of sort of formulas and tables and stuff like this on it, and he begins to go
Carry the
through.
one.
you can
Yeah,
see
he's
like
counting up
Durian's
how long
eye
it's gonna
begins
take.
to twitch with frustration. You can sort of see magic begin
How much weight are we talking?
if it's if we're just talking the stuff that's important, the flowers, about 12 pounds worth of pack.
12 pounds. Well, that's not too bad. How do you want any insurance against damages?
And Durian's going to give him a really quizzical look. Am I to be in this guard tower the entire journey?
Just during the day.
Are you interested in our extended warranty?
We're trying to contact you about your yeah.
Basically, is what this is, isn't it?
Right, that is
He's-
worth 6. I am currently on 7. I can carry 9. Bugger in hell. I'm going to put my healing kit onto Bill. That's 2. That which takes me off 7, 5. That'll put me on. I think that's 9. No, it's 11. Damn it. Oh, I can put my bedroll and blanket on him as well, which takes me down another 2, and then I can carry the petals. So yeah, I'm gonna say he can go with the horses, and I will carry my things.
Okay, and that's
bedroll to healing kit is another 2. Sorry, carry on.
You're so embarrassing.
Like, do you want me to pay for insurance in my fantasy game?
You can imagine all that scene.
I did mention the bureaucracy of the Harbour Protectorate is quite legendary. But he gives you an indication. It would have been 2 florins 28 pence. That doesn't include any insurance.
Wow. Just wow.
Just watch you fall off the wagon and break them now.
No, because a lot of them are dried. So
yeah.
And they're like little vials for the other ones that I can have in bandoliers or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be all right.
I can imagine that scene. You're just like, hang on a minute, let me just do this. No.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I wish I bought the
just like sighing in the background, like,
yeah,
get on with it.
Okay, I think I am directly on my encumbrance.
Okay. So it's all kind of around your person, but yeah, it's a little bit weighty, but you're fine. With the paperwork done, he then says, "All right, you're welcome to hang around, or I'll see you in a couple of days when we leave."
Well, I'm off for another drink.
See you in a couple of days.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, let's go for a drink, Barak.
All right, then.
I'll join you, gentlemen.
I'll even buy
Let's
you
go
a
for a
drink,
drink,
if you made me this wonderful axe.
I'm gonna go.
They're
anyway.
already walking off.
I'm just gonna follow them.
You do get quite a few people looking at the axe, but it's more out of admiration than anything else. Such weaponry, especially displayed in the way that you're doing it, is not unheard of, but unusual.
Look at them. They admire your handiwork.
Yeah. Gareth, he's not a proud man. He's not one for being showing that, but you can tell he's like, oh, yeah. Actually, quite like that. Yeah.
Maybe a taste of heroism.
Yeah. You're beginning to realize this sense
So in
of
a couple
worth.
of days' time, you're ready to depart with the caravan. Arriving first thing in the morning as instructed, you're all given your duties. Of course, in Dorian, you end up, you're pretty much at the front on top of one of the towers. And from there, great vantage view, but you're also right in the smog as you begin to leave midway. Corvith,
you can hear from the tower.
Yeah. Corvith and Barak, you are talking to a Mathor, huge guy. He's got a couple of dogs either side of him, bandolier filled with all kinds of vials and pouches. Introduces himself. I'm Prin, the Houndmaster of the caravan. Charge of you lot. What are your skills? Where can I best put you to work?
Barak rests on his axe again.
Quite apparent. Yes.
I do axe.
I've killed many orcs with this thing.
No, I'm happy to have you walking amongst the caravans then. What about you? He looks at the papers. Corvith. Yeah, what about you?
I'm a pathfinder. I can scout. I can search terrain.
How about you go ahead of the wagons then?
I'll report back if I see any unusual activity.
There'll be a couple of others with you. They'll show you the ropes. Won't take long. Glad to have you guys on board. Let's hope it's a safe trip. Right. Ooh, looks at you with a bit of concern then, Dorian. Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's down there looking up at you going, right. Let's make a move. And with that, the caravan master, Glaverson, gets up on the front of the lead caravan and gives a sharp whistle. And with that, you begin to head out of Midway. It's not long before you leave the smog behind. The caravan's making a thunderous noise across the road, and then you're onto the great span. The Hiroxen their massive bulks just pulling these wagons. Each wagon, there are 2 wagons connected, and then a pair of a Hiroxen that pull those 2 wagons at the lead. The lead wagon is on its own, and that's the one that the caravan master is with.
Is that the one I'm sat in as well?
You're on
Tower?
I think it's the second one.
Right.
Yeah, second one in its tower. So, the first day, you're on the Great Span, you get halfway. It's probably worth, I'm going to bring you now to a new map.
Well, there's no reason for this. No reason that we would be changing maps.
Oh no, that's all right. It's a
Hey,
map.
yeah,
We're
it's
fine.
hex
We're
map.
safe.
We're fine.
We're
safe.
safe.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah.
Each hex is 25 miles, and by the first day, you're there.
Nice.
And you're going to here, Swanton.
Nice.
Okay. First day, very uneventful. You now see why they've got such a huge area for the caravans. They kind of go in, they circle around, and then make a tighter inner circle. Hiroxen are quickly moved into a pen. Food is cooked up. The chef, a lovely lady called Melwyn, she's quick to make sure that the fires are brought up to heat and huge pots are brought out, and the meat has begun to, get on there, load of vegetables and stuff like that. And it's not long before she's got a hearty meal in front of all of you.
Nom nom.
Beautiful.
Mm.
And I didn't have to cook it myself.
No, you didn't. But it's not as elevated as yours, Barrick. So you don't get any temporary hit points.
We're forever chasing the feeling of that one breakfast.
Oh,
The best
yes.
breakfast ever. Yeah. Never to be
fire,
surpassed.
salamanders, and frogs.
The following day, it's beginning to rain lightly, a little bit overcast as you reach the northern shore and make camp once more. You can see that Gladstone and Preeth, they're both very relaxed during this part of the journey. But as you make camp that night, the 2 of them begin to move out with a couple of the more experienced guards. They're looking out across the Aya expanse. And it's now they're beginning to have a chat and looking, around, looking at the weather and beginning to kind of make a few more plans. The evening, the meal is as good as it was the night before. And you now begin the journey away from Midway. Endurian, the air.
Thank Artemis, I can breathe for the first time in years. Are you okay down there, Corvette?
Fresh air.
I finally don't have to worry about that damn haze.
You have rolling grasslands around you. They undulate up and down. There's
like
bushes, sparse bushes everywhere, the long grass and clumps. It is a beautiful sight. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's clearing up at this point as you now begin your long journey towards Swanton, and then from Swanton up towards Linchette, and from Linchette into harbour.
Wonderful, wonderful. It feels so freeing. And my little bird's going to go tweet, tweet, like it's agreeing with me.
Bill, you check on Bill, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
every day when you come to a halt, and Bill seems to be enjoying it with the other horses. There's another 3 horses at the back there. They seem to
Bill.
belong to some of the
Bill.
passengers.
Does this count as wilderness terrain?
You are now in wilderness
I
terrain.
feel like I can move
Absolutely.
faster.
We've swapped one favourite terrain for another.
Yes. Everybody is on guard during the day, and the guys in your tower, Endurian, are constantly asking, "Are you seeing anything?
Will you leave me alone? I'm trying to read.
Is that something over
That's
there?
That's
Pointing
a tree,
onto the horizon.
I think. Yes, a tree. Are there
Are
any
you
other
act-
elves within this this caravan? or is it just me?
There appear to be 2 other elves on the how many towers? Hang on. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 towers.
And I guess we're
So
sort
there's
of
another
spaced
2
out
elves.
equidistant from each other.
Yeah, one's in the middle, one's at the far end. Okay, so you spend another night. It seems to be fairly uneventful. You're at another one of these way stations. Huge blocks form defenses. So I will bring up a map that shows you what one of these way stations look like.
Gentlemen, I'm beginning to think we won't have opportunity to prove our worth for this bonus.
No, nothing's going to happen. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, this is cool.
So this is where they come in. You've got the ring of wagons parked up. You've got all the Horoxen penned up. You've got a huge fireplace and loads of tables around there that are then used to serve to eat at and have food. You can see the wagons that have their ballista. And at night, a different crew kind of man the ballistas and look out. There are a number of dwarves with this one, and they typically take the night watch.
For night vision purposes.
Nice map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work.
Very good, yes.
And I'm just checking. It's a fairly clear night. However, the moons, the hound is not looking too bad, but the fox is crescent. So the light is shadowy light tonight.
There's no reason that would be a thing to take note of, really. Nothing's happening.
No, nothing's happening. Nothing at all.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
Yep, back to the hex creature.
Yeah, see, fine.
There's nothing
Fine.
attacking us at all.
Not going to see that map again. No.
So, second day.
What's that?
Another tree.
Could Endorian make an investigation roll? You mentioned something about reading, so I'm going to give you a bane on this roll.
You know what? I like that. Right, so I actually am okay at investigation now. After our excursions, I am specialized in it, so I've got a +7. Rose skill 7 to with a bane because I'm not really doing my job. But I'm doing my job.
Okay. You're flicking a page and glance up when you see something coming from the hills, this sort of area in the distance. As you have a look,
south,
your eyes
like these hills or the
narrowing.
other hills? Sorry,
Those hills there, the south ones. Yeah. Your eyes narrow as you begin to have a look, and you see a large or winged creature. There's almost like a crackle of lightning across it. And as you're trying to determine what you're looking at, one of the elves, the one in the middle, shouts, "Incoming wyvern! Incoming dragon!"
I swear in Elvish.
Oh, shite, I can't hit that with my axe. It's up there.
So, this creature seems to be moving in quite fast. It's traveling low, and the ballistas now begin to move across. It is a good, probably 800 feet away from the wagons.
Might
closing
have
rapidly.
something for that. How many? You said it was crackling with lightning, though, didn't you? So
Yeah.
if I was to launch that, I wouldn't really have the impact that I'm looking for. Let me just check. Because I don't even think I would be within range. Oh, no, it's much shorter range than I thought, actually. Well, I'm going to prepare a fireball for when it gets within range.
Okay. You start to prepare your magics when it gets to within range. Corvus, are you doing anything? You're out in front, so you've heard this cry from behind.
Yeah. So I would circle back to the caravan, join the rest of them.
Yeah.
Safety numbers and all that. You know, he's not daft. He knows that there's, you know, he can't handle everything that's out there. So, so he's gonna, like with haste, make his way back towards the caravan now that danger's been spotted.
You can see the other 2 scouts that have shown you the ropes. They've also, despite you being quite separated at the front, they have zeroed straight back to the wagons. Their ranged weapons out and beginning to look towards the skies, to the back end of the wagons. And Barrick, you're just going to stand there with the axe.
Are there like other guards doing any kind of formation, or are they like taking the time?
At the moment, all the guards just seem to be waiting on the floors, and a lot of them are looking at the ballistas, waiting for the ballistas to fire.
I'm kind of doing
And
this.
as
I'm
this-
sticking with them. I'm not going to
What's
like
the
run.
range on those ballistas?
Well, this creature's around about 800 feet out, and the first of the ballistas begins to fire at it, missing by miles. But then the next ballista fires, and the next one, and then they're quickly reloading. The thing's about 400 feet away when they've finished reloading, and then they're firing another volley. This one a lot more accurate.
As soon as it hits 200 feet,
the
it's within
ballistas-
my effective range.
Yeah. Okay, so it's moving fast, but it kind of coming in at the back end, and it hits 200 feet. So you've been holding. You're going to unleash a
Fireball! Basically, I again
Okay.
tap the staff, click the fingers, and then a mote of pinpoint light just zips out from my tower, does a little loop-de-loop, and then smacks into it. And I do believe that my fireball does 3d8 and a d10 to it. As a fireball, and it needs to give me a breath saving throw, I believe.
Okay. The fireball explodes, and this thing seems to just pirouette through, comes out pretty much unscathed. You seem to have done a little bit of damage. And it's at this point, you're preparing a second one, quickening it?
You know what? Yeah, I will cast another fireball at it. It's just, again, another mote of light directly after, straight at it. So let's... is it doing saving throws? We're probably not actually fighting this. I'm probably wasting my time.
No. This is absolutely... You got people
12
cheering
on that one.
below when you do this. Not fantastic on that, but again, it just seems to kind of move to one side as there's an explosion
But is it on
across its
fire?
body. That's a good point. Let me actually make the saving
Because
throws.
I need 2 then.
That.
If it succeeds the first one, I need
yeah.
a second one. But if it fails, I suppose I don't need the other one. No, because it might take half.
Actually, it is not on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, the way it moves, it just seems to easily pirouette one way, then the other, evading most of your fireball. At this point, you've got them rapidly trying to reload the ballista. When it's at the back of the wagons, you see it come in. The back claws of the creature grab one of the ballista guard, and then it's in the air, flying upwards, and then throws the ballista guard into the air. A good 80, 90 feet in the air, this guard is... and as he heads down, he seems to grab his backpack, he pulls something, and there's this... as a small sort of patchwork parachute opens up, and he begins to...
That man is very prepared.
Believe me, when you've got creatures that can do this, countermeasures have been created to protect the guards. It's at this point, Preeth is now shouting to the ballistas, just go for the body, don't try and bring it down, go for the body, drive it off. He then looks up at you and Dorian. Keep that up, that's fantastic, just keep launching
17
magic.
pennies!
So, the ballista are quickly moved round. I take it, Endurian, you continue firing fireballs at this
I'm
wyvern.
going to only do the one this time around, because I do need to conserve some reserves. So this is a 3rd spell point I need to remember I've used. In fact, I will put that down there as 6 spell points remaining, 8 stamina remaining. So yeah, in comes the next fireball, if it's still within my range anyway. But I'm just trying to get it to go away. 21 points of damage.
Ooh, that's not bad. And Corvith, are you attempting anything yourself?
I'll loose an arrow at the thing, not a mithril one. I'll never get it back. Just want to make that clear. But
I did wonder whether you would
No.
do that or not. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to make an attack roll? Because this will be your measure, really, of how tough this wyvern is.
good. All right then.
So that is a good hit.
Bring him down, Legolas.
Which one am I? Make up your mind.
You're definitely not Gimli.
I'm quite grumpy.
Yeah.
Weird amalgamation of all.
You're got a beard with pointy ears and you're a king. This is terrifying, by the way.
Right. As you fire, its wing comes around. And as the wing comes around, it kind of deflects the arrow upwards. And your arrow just goes flying further up into the sky. One of the ballistas seems to get a lucky hit, though, as this is happening. There's arrows flying from a load of the other guards that have ranged weapons. And the ballista strikes the body, almost embedding, but then dropping down. But it's enough. The wyvern kind of ducks down and begins to move around the back of the wagons and then out of sight as it goes towards back towards the hills. You can see Preeth heaving a sigh of relief at this. Good work, lads. Good work. Looks up at you. Elf, fantastic work. Looks back at the scouts as well. Excellent shooting there. Excellent. Right. Get back out front. We need to make up time. Get moving. Get moving. You can see a load of people beginning to run out to where this poor guard has landed on the floor. An uncontrolled landing, kind of beginning to try and drag this makeshift parachute together to put it back in the pack. As he then rejoins his tower.
Well, that went well, don't you agree? I say to my fellow tower dwellers.
You can see them absolutely sweating. There were two. One does the kind of steering of the ballista, as in moving it around the tower. The other one then does the aiming. They're both just... The amount of times we get a wyvern, I tell you what, it's... I think we got lucky. That was a big bugger. Normally they're quite persistent.
Well, that one wasn't.
Can I talk to? Is it Preeth?
Preeth, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Corvus is going to say something. You know, like, do they normally hit and run like that?
Preeth looks at you, and it really depends, he says. I have never seen rhyme or reason to why these creatures attack. That was a full-grown dragon, wyvern. And, yeah, we don't get many of them. Normally it's a flock, as the smaller ones, the children. Although they're quite a pain. That, though, lightning, they're quite tough. They're really tough. Let no one tell you otherwise. These creatures are very intelligent. They might not display it, they might not talk, they might not, act intelligently, but he points to his head. There's a keenness in there. When you're fighting one, it's analyzing you. It's looking for your weaknesses, and it will exploit them. I suspect, and he looks towards the elf, we don't normally have magic on one of these journeys. I think that shortened our time to tell the beast we're not worth the trouble.
Yes, it could have been searching for our defenses.
Could have been. I hope not. If it comes back, then I'd be very worried. Hopefully, it won't. That rarely happens.
Okay.
So if Endurian was to hear this conversation, his ego would just go, boink!
Yeah, I'm not going to mention this, like, ever. But, yeah.
Surely we'll never see it again.
Begins to talk to you, Corveth, as he now heads. He decides it's time to probably head out the front. So he's keeping up with you as you go back to your patrol out front. I've heard, he said, of some foolhardy heroes. They try and bring the beast down. They attack the wings. It's more difficult shot, but if you can do it and rip the wings to shred, you ground that beast. It's still not an easy fight, but it's a lot easier than trying to wait for it to swoop, grab you, throw you into the air, or just keep breathing on you.
Makes sense. I'll remember that.
However, he says, whilst you're here as one of our guard, you attack the body. You drive it off. Don't bring it to the ground.
Understood.
Well, if one ever lands,
that,
Barrick's going straight for the wings.
This is a lesson for 20 levels time, gentlemen.
Hey, I'd write it down, but Barrick didn't hear that, so...
I need to get my sort of resource gathering up a bit so that we can get whatever we can get off it first. So
You get dragon hide off wyverns, and that is an incredibly valuable hide. By the end of the day, you're seeing the hills up ahead in the distance, and you moor up. There's a lot of tales that night about wyverns and the various types, and you begin to learn that wyverns are the least of the dragon kin. Drakes, one guard mentions a caravan he was on where they actually saw a drake fly past. Thankfully, it didn't come down. Nothing happened, and they were safe. Any caravans that have normally typically seen a drake have ended up in shreds, absolutely destroyed. And of course, the conversation of the Apex Delta comes up, and the true dragon that exists up there, a huge beast, a behemoth. It is one that if it sees you, you're pretty much dead, but it keeps to itself. So the tales of dragons and the various types.
Am I capable of producing magical light show type things?
Have you got thaumaturgy?
No, I do not.
That is a spell,
So
and
that's
that
the
allows you to do
precipitation.
that.
Okay, I do not know.
Yeah, it is. It's a focus spell, so you can just focus on it, and at any point you can do that. And if you've got rogue skills, it can help.
I
you with those
will
rogue skills,
remember that for next time.
Yeah, I don't believe it's abjuration, so that should be. I think it's enchantment. Yeah. The following morning, the morning comes with dark clouds. There are crackles of lightning, and as the caravans begin to move out of this way station, you can see that there is a great concern. Glavson and Prythe are talking to each other, and then Prythe begins to visit all of you, putting you on alert. Look, the skies ain't normal. This is something weird going on. Just keep a very close eye out. I'm not happy. I got my suspicions, but we'll wait. He looks towards the elves. You first, and Dorian, as he begins to make his way down. Keep your eyes to the sky. The clouds are low. Anything could be above them.
You said you had suspicions as to what was causing this, Master Prythe?
Yeah, my suspicions is the master of thunder and lightning, a griffin.
The wyverns yesterday, griffins today. Marvelous.
Yeah, indeed. He looks above, and if it is a griffin, and I hope not, it probably has recently moved into this area.
Right next to the main road.
I hope not.
How fortuitous. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'll go back to my book.
With that, you continue on this day. The clouds getting darker.
It's dive bombing. The griffin is dive bombing. Sounds like a stupid.
The clouds are getting darker, the lightning getting more ferocious, and the sounds of thunder are rumbling around. It's about midday, and the heat has become quite oppressive, humid, as you've been continuing this journey. This feels strange as the lightning seems to intensify. It's at this point, in Dorian, you spot it instantly. There's no need to roll. Part of the clouds, some of the cloud parts towards the back of the caravan. You see something dart down, huge lion-like shape. Heads for the ground, and then two eagle wings come out either side. As it breaks its fall, its claws come down, and before anybody knows, something is in each of its talons, and it's up and flying towards the west and heading up into the clouds.
I'm going to point that way.
By the time the blisters have moved around, it's gone. It's in the clouds. It's out of sight.
And I last saw it flying west. It picked something up and flew west.
At this point, there's a call to stop the caravans to check what had happened at the back.
What the hell's going on? What was that thing? I wasn't looking.
It's a griffin, Master Dwarf.
A griffin? Oh.
Glavson and Prythe are walking together. Prythe quickly looks up at you and Dorian. Could you come down and join us? Shouts to the lead. Corvath, could you come join us? And then looks towards you, Barrick. Barrick, with the axe. Come over here, please.
Please don't be Bill. I'm going to go down.
It's Bill.
as you get to the back, you can see that with the attack of this griffin, there are shreds of the ropes that were holding the horses. 2 of the horses are kind of wandering around looking petrified. Another horse is gone, as is Bill.
I'm going griffin hunting, boys.
As they look at it, oh, jeez, says Glaveston. No, he says. Right. He stops and looks at you lot. You're the most experienced we've got for dealing possibly with things like this. Adventuring folk, yeah? Out in the wilds often?
Yeah.
Of course.
Going on your own?
Once or twice.
My specialty.
Look, it's a civic duty. If there's a griffin in the area, you've got to deal with the griffin.
Oh no!
If it gets to farmlands or anything like that, it will decimate those lands.
This is not a
within
civic
days.
duty matter. That thing took my donkey.
Oh, you better be quick then. It typically plays with its food. Probably eat the horse first. It prefers
Very
horse.
well. Glaveston, I charge you with doing me a small favor. You're sending
is
me
it?
after this thing. I would like you to take
I am.
care of something for me in my absence and return it to me on my return.
I
I'm
think
going
that's
to
fair.
remove my bandoliers of petals and vials,
Mm.
hand them over to him, and say, I'm holding you to your honor, sir. These are incredibly important to the knowledge of the next Herbalists Guild's grand soiree.
I'll put them somewhere safe. And in the meantime, he has a look at to the west. Adventuring rights. I know you're not part of the Freelancers Guild, but I'll uphold their charter in this instance. Anything you find for the kill is yours to keep. There are no previous claims as far as I'm aware. You might find nothing, you might find a lot. These things have a habit of taking wanderers and strangers and dumping them in their nest. He then stops and has a think. And danger pay. How does 20 florins to share amongst you all sound?
Oh, Varick's already walking off to the west.
I think that's our agreement. Do take care of those petals and vials. I know exactly what is there, and I'm going to follow him.
Okay, and with that, you can see him beginning to arrange. He at this point, Prythe approaches you lot and goes, "Look, we have to head to the next way station to get a fortified camp. On your return journey, hit the road, go north. You'll meet us there. Happy hunting. May Seraphina guard your armor, and may Raphael give your blades a true target."
Surely you should be invoking Artemis, I say as I walk away.
He laughs at that. Invoke whichever guardian suits you. If it brings you luck, then it's worth that invocation. Godspeed.
Well. We're going griffin hunting, boys.
Yes.
With that, the caravans begin to move on, whilst you now look towards the west across this grassland. Yeah, it's gone somewhere there. The clouds, however, are beginning to clear somewhat. The thunder has stopped. The lightning, a couple of crackles, and it's dissipating.
Well, off we go. All we know is to go west, so west we go. Into the trees, I suppose.
Yeah, and a nest was mentioned, by the way, which
Young
would
ones.
indicate young as well. So it might
Or
not
a mate,
just be
a couple of
griffins.
two griffins.
Uh-huh.
Just so you know, west is that way.
Oh, yeah. East? I thought you said west.
West.
Jack does have problems with the cardinal directions.
I do.
Yes. Okay, so are you just kind of heading in a direction, or is there any skills or anything you want to use at this point to try and
If
zero
only we
in? Or
had-
I can try and use
an
tracking,
indication
but
of
I've
where it's
never
gone?
tracked something in the air before. But
That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. Do you want to make
Yeah.
a tracking roll?
Can I aid him
It's
in any
this-
way? Because I also have expertise in tracking.
So, Barrick, what is your tracking value?
I got a +5. I'm on a expertise, I think. Or what's it called?
And
Expert, yeah.
Corvus?
mine's +8.
So we're going to use yours, Corvus,
Mhm.
and your dice. Barrick, you add a d20, so roll a d20
Okay.
separately. And because this is your favorite terrain and you're helping, I will allow you to have the boon.
Ooh, nice.
So Corvus, roll with the boon.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was getting
That's
a boon.
okay. That's okay.
So 19 for me.
So 19's added to the 8, and then you more than made it. You would roll the boon at this point and add the boon to that. So what you do is, of the 3 dice rolled, take the highest dice. That becomes the skill dice you use. So working together, using each other's strengths, you find there is trails of blood. It seems the talons have left a wound on one or maybe both of the animals. And at this point, you begin to pick up, you've now got something to follow.
Mhm.
The two of you looking at it, looking at the way the blood's splayed, you begin to see the image of the horse within the talons, and the horse, one of the talons kind of straight through the hind leg of the horse, leaving this trail for you. Easy to miss, but you've picked it up. So you can now follow, and it's a good thing you did pick it up, as it begins to change direction within a few miles into the grasslands. The going is getting a little bit tough, and it's now heading towards the north. Your visibility here is incredibly limited, and you got tall bits of grass. You got these little delves that go down, bushes everywhere. Your tracking, though, keeps you on target, and it's a good 4 hours into this when you begin to see up ahead flashes of light. And as you crest a rise, you can see that there are darkened clouds up ahead, swirling around the ground, above the ground, with lightning crackling about the place. What are you lot doing?
Can I make a history check, see if I know anything about griffins?
You
So
absolutely
analyze
can.
it before I get there, kind of thing.
Yep, definitely.
Nice. This should go incredibly well.
Why? Why, Jake? Why?
Because if I say it goes incredibly well, with a plus on, make sure I got that right. Yeah, I mean, I've got a plus 12 to this. There's no reason I should fail.
Stop it. Just stop it. Oh,
See?
there you go. I saw the two.
I saw the two
I
as
was like,
well.
yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Endurian, as we're walking, he's breathing kind of heavily. He's not used to this kind of thing. He's going to start listing things that he kind of knows, trying to jog his own memory. After the ash fall mixed between lions and eagles, it likes livestock. Lightning, thunder, claws are quite damaged. Do not tempt to use anything that is sound-based or lightning-based. It'll try and pick you up as well and throw you into the air. I don't think we have any way of mitigating that ourselves. So my best bet would be to stay, if we can, under some form of cover where it won't be able to grab us. Or don't get caught.
Well, I ain't got no lightning, and we'll just have to not speak when fighting it.
And I just tried to not make sound as a default, so...
Yes, I mean sonic damage.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to yell at it.
I have magic that does exactly that.
Try have harsh language or something. Yeah.
Sorry, there was one thing I forgot to mention. That's just been...
Oh, and another thing. Reach weapons are great against it.
What
which we don't use.
Well, my axe.
No one uses spears.
Yeah.
I've got a stick. I could take my dagger to the end of it.
And might I add, we should probably stick in close formation, because if any of you run off on your own...
My lesson was learned, and I no longer have to guard Bill, so I will be staying near you, Master Dwarf.
Griffins don't fire arrows, so I'll be fine.
Well, maybe they do. Have you ever fought a griffin before?
It's a safe assumption.
My fire arrow is made of lightning.
Do I know if griffins have breath weaponry?
They definitely do not.
It doesn't mean they don't shoot lightning bolts out their ass.
It doesn't mean they don't have a piercing screech or can summon bolts of lightning to strike opponents.
Yes, I'm quite sure they have things that can hit you from far away, Corvus. like lightning,
Not arrows.
arrows of lightning, if you will.
It's
You have to explain things in terms of the only thing they understand, which for Barak is axes, and for Corvus is archery. It's like when you aim at a target, or you need to sharpen your axe. Anyway, let's continue.
Right. So, how are you can't see this
I mean,
creature
maybe-
anywhere.
We have a scout. Maybe he could do some scouting.
Maybe I
Get
will go
caught.
and do some scouting. Yes. Try and get as close as I can to see if I can spot the beast
You can scout invisible.
without being seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, take your time to cloak yourself in invisibility, Corveth.
Yes.
Okay, so you just fade from sight and become completely invisible. With that, you begin to head in front of the group. How far ahead are you? I mean, the group can't see you to follow. Are they just going to remain where they are and you go ahead to try
I
and
will
see what
tell
you can
them
see?
to stay put for now, and I will advance to see if I can see anything. So I'll go a fair way towards the beast, what appears to be its lair, at least where it's located. See if I can see anything like like a 200-300 feet or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
While this is going on, Barak is going to lay down because there's potential of lightning strikes, and he's out in a field. So, an Endurian being the taller target would at least mean.
What are you doing
Yes.
down there?
Oh, I'm just waiting.
Very well. It looks far more comfortable than standing. He's going to lie down as well.
Okay. Corvith, you move ahead, and it isn't long before you are within the sort of clouds above you, swirling and crackling. Ahead of you, you can see that there is a sort of a dip within the grasslands. It's here you can hear more than see the crunching of bones, almost like a slurping, crunching noise coming from within, snapping of branches and twigs. Something big is within that hole and seems to be eating. You also hear, just about on the wind, in between the peals of thunder,
Barak.
a braying noise.
Carry on.
Ooh, he really was lying down. A braying noise of a donkey. Oh, a noise you recognize immediately as Bill in incredible distress.
Donkey.
But because he's the one braying, he's not the one getting eaten. As I said, eat the horse first. So, yep, that's good enough for me. I will retreat and head towards the others. Suddenly reappear, jump scare.
Yeah.
Report
Just
back
lying
and say,
together in the grass.
the thing is in a what is it, like a hovel, like a
large
hollow. That's what I was
sort of hollow.
Hollow. Seems to be eating the horse for now.
That means
Looks
we can
like
still say
if we
Bill.
approach, we can catch it unawares.
Sounds
Very
like
well.
a plan to me.
And I suppose the best thing to do would be to be under the hollow, away from the sky where it will pick us up and drop us.
If we can get in there, I think it would suit us well.
Indeed. Lead the way then.
I do. I lead them back the way that I came, but this time not being invisible, because otherwise they'll see me. But yeah, just being as cautious as I can, same as the rest of them.
Okay. What I'm going to do is bring up a map.
Well, there's no reason we'd be on a map.
This is very open.
Right. Can you make sure all your hit points and stamina
Yep.
should be
Yep.
fine? Yep. Excellent. And you can zoom out now to have a look at the rest of the map.
Bill!
That is where the delve is.
Bill!
Obviously, where Bill is.
Oh god, it's got a golden border and everything.
Yeah. It indicates. So you would have noticed with the information I gave in Endurian, that I gave the hit dice 2 stars. That
I didn't know
indicates
how to
to explain that.
in character. It has
Yeah.
2 hit dice. What do you mean?
It's an awkward one, but one thing I don't mind is that little bit of metagaming, because I think it puts the player in the right mindset. If you turn around and say, look, there's 6 hit dice and you're only level 4, immediately you're going, whew, hang on, that's quite powerful. And it's a solo creature. So these creatures are designed to be a threat all on their own. So hence the gold border. Okay.
This is our first solo fight.
It is. We're going to cut to the nest. This griffin is ripping apart this horse, enjoying the horse meat. When it suddenly stops, its head comes up, and you can see the nostrils taking a lot of air very, very rapidly as it begins to sniff around. Its beady eyes beginning to look up. There's an intensification of the lightning across the skies. And for you lot, you see the clouds begin to swirl that much more and come outwards.
Can we dive under these hedges?
It's then you see the flash of almost golden feathers and the huge lion body as it leaps into the air and goes easily 50 feet up, where its wings sort of come out and it begins to hover, looking directly towards you.
I think it knows we're here.
I go invisible.
There's a flash of gold as the griffin rises up into the air, its beady, eagle-like eyes looking directly. It is a good 50 feet in the air, hovering, as I think some of you immediately said you were doing things, so I'm happy for you to do that. Corvith, could you make a hide in shadows? If you plan to move, it's with a boon. Sorry, a bane, if you plan to move. If you just want to stand still, so you become invisible and then get a shot off, that's a straight roll.
I will attempt to move as well.
Okay.
So
make that with a bane.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
easily done. Okay, you get your stamina back for doing that. So you don't worry about your stamina. It's instant bang. You're invisible. Okay. Endurian, were you going to do anything quickly?
I was going to try and dive, because it's in the air. I was going to try and dive underneath one of these brushes.
Yeah, you can just about get underneath one of those, yeah. So you kind of, your action, you've all got an action, so you can leap forward and go into the ground and you're under the bush.
Yeah.
Okay. And Barrick, were you going to do anything quickly?
There isn't as many bushes for me to dive under.
Your axe really gets in the way of doing that as well.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Seeing as I'm now the only target that it's ever going to go for.
Yeah.
I am going to ready my action to slap the thing with my mithril axe if it attempts to grab me.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. So
do not underestimate falling damage.
Yeah, do not.
Well, there's
Brilliant.
not much else I could do to stop it.
Now what we're going to do is roll initiative. You lot were pretty ready. I'm going to give you a boon for your initiatives.
Nice. +4. I'm glad the boon and bane stayed.
is there a roll improved initiative or not? I can't see it on the macros.
No, you improved initiative. It gives you an extra dice. So when you roll initiative, it asks you how many d20s you roll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To be honest, it looks like we're more prepared for this than the griffin so far.
Yeah. Griffin's got, its fur is covered in red blood. It's got sort of like a bit of entrails dripping, hanging from its beak. Its claws are looking bloody as well. You've interrupted its tea time. So, Corvith, when there's a tie, the hero goes first.
Hey.
So there we go. You are all grouped, and Barrick, you
hero.
have the initiative token.
Not much I could do with it.
Not
You
this
can
round.
spend it at any point, but it's effectively your fate point for the combat.
Okay.
Who would like to go first?
Well, I'm just going to stand. I'm going to continue Does it cost more stamina every single round that I'm holding?
No. You can continue to remain ready, and it doesn't cost you any more stamina. No.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to I will move forward a little bit, just in case it is going to go for Endurian in the bushes.
I'm invisible.
Okay.
And that's kind of it, really.
Okay, then you stand ready, axe in hand, waiting for it to come to you. So, Endurian and Corbeth, who would like to go next?
Corvus is more than welcome to.
I'm not going to do much this round because I want to be invisible at the end of the round so it doesn't attack me. Because if I came out of invisibility now, that wouldn't work. So I'm just going to move like north up here.
Yeah.
Which is my... That's 2 quick actions, isn't it? That's me hiding and then...
That's your swift
moving.
action. No, your hide action's already done.
Right.
So
okay.
you've got an action and a swift action right now.
Right. Well, I'll make my action to hold my action until the Griffin comes within range, or at least closer, so that I can loose one of my normal arrows at it.
Yeah. So what sort of range are you talking?
So say, because it's...
So it is about 115 feet from you.
Okay, so say about 50 then. I basically want to hit it so that it's going to die bombaric. And I don't want it to hit me. So I want to hit it so it's close enough that I can get a good shot on it.
But it's attacking someone else.
But yeah, so it won't deviate. It's already like committed to attacking Barrick, basically.
Okay. So you're holding your action. Endurian, what would you like to do? And Corbeth, you're holding your action. So spend a point of stamina to hold that. And Maxine.
Hey, kitty cat. Remind me what the chill now does again.
So if a creature is chilled, when it takes cold damage, that cold damage deals an extra 1d8 damage.
Right, because I am thinking I might do something similar. When it engages Barrick, I will attempt to cast Ice Orb on it.
Okay. If you are using an attack or a spell that has a roll to hit, an attack test, you can elect to target the wings. The wings are the green bar underneath the red bar.
Right. In that case, I will most definitely be electing to target the wings.
When you do that, you roll a bane.
Okay, that's fine.
But if you hit, you do damage to the wings. Take the wings down to 0, creature's grounded. Okay. So, with you all held and waiting, spending your points of stamina to do that. Endurian, spending your point of stamina to hold. Thank you.
Doing that now.
The griffin comes hurtling across the sky. I'm just checking its speed. 70. So it gets to around about there. So it's within range of you, Corbeth. You can see it kind of beginning to move up into the air. But Corbeth, you can have your attack.
Okay. I will. I want to shoot the wings as well, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're invisible. You get a greater boon, which is downgraded to a boon.
Mm-hmm.
So you qualify for sneak damage as well.
Cool. Okay.
Here we go. Natural 20!
That is brilliant. The griffin's going to attempt to brace against that, and it's got a greater bane on the brace because of your crit. And it's piercing damage. Yeah, It's not great against piercing damage. So, and a greater bane. Let's see if it can. Oh, it managed to brace, but let's do have your damage, please.
Okay, I want to do probably. Can I hamstring it as well? Performing sneak attack.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're hitting the wing in a way that it's gonna start slowing its movement down. So yeah, you can hamstring it.
Thank you.
Bring it down, Legolas.
Oh, okay. I'm Legolas now. Okay. I'm not shooting twice yet, but I can. Okay, so none of them.
Indeed.
Right, let me know if I got that right. Probably not.
Okay, I'm just double checking. You got your 2d10, your d10 from your stat, d8 for the weapon. Yeah, that looks right. 27 damage. So that is 13 off the wing, and it is now hamstrung. As you
Nice.
pin part of the wing at the bottom part of the feathers to the creature itself that's struggling to fly. Let me just get the
Peter's going to want to have words with you.
boot.
Well, can I now hide again?
Mummy?
No. Because you interrupted, that's all you
Right,
can do.
because it's turn. Yeah.
It's
about
still
that, yeah.
its turn. So, Endorian, your trigger was when it came to
Yeah, but it's probably
attack
not going to get there
Barrack, if I'm
anymore,
not-
is it?
It's not. So it had pulled up at this point. The arrow goes hurtling in, pinning part of its wing and doing some damage when its mouth opens and there is a piercing
All right.
screech. So, Barrack, it is screeching at you.
Damn.
We should have plugged our ears or something.
Nah, I didn't need that. So what do I...
Hang on, I'm going to roll some damage and then you need to make a saving throw.
Meow, my ears.
So it's 13 sonic damage, but can you make a physical spell saving throw?
You'll be fine.
Physical spell.
I'm hearing the word physical. You'll be fine.
Physical.
Yeah, that's one of your best bonuses.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
I got.
But spell's
I got,
not great.
+4 physical, and my spell is a +2. So it's just a +6, is it?
So +6. Off you go.
Roll. 6 done.
Okay.
Bastard.
You've taken the 13 damage and you are now deafened.
My ears are ringing.
He just starts shouting louder.
So you can't hear what anybody says to you right now
You stink.
until that condition wears off.
Bro.
Your ears are you got this screeching, ringing in your ears as the sound impacts your skin, kind of rippling from the sound waves impacting into you. Okay, that is the Griffin done. So we're at the end of round 1, going to round 2. So I have moved a load of conditional stuff to the start of the round because it just made it easier to resolve it all then. Things like if you're burning acids, bleeding, stuff like that. There are none of those conditions going, so we're going to go with Barrack, Endurian, or Corvith to go first.
Question.
Yes.
I didn't actually cast a spell. Do I still lose the spell point?
No, you don't spend the spell point until you cast the spell.
Righto.
So effectively the trigger is I'm getting ready to do something. And I'm holding my action to do that. If that never happens, you never have your action, so you never do it.
Perfect.
Okay, the stamina's lost, but that's it.
I can try and knock it out the sky.
I'm just going to continue to hold the action because...
Well,
actually...
if I knock it out the sky, you might just be able to
Yeah,
charge
that's a good
it.
point. Yeah. If you two go first and you do manage to knock it down, then yeah, I'll roll charge.
The reason I say this is because I can do Blizzard, and that will buffet it around a lot. I know it creates difficult terrain, but it's obscured with strong winds. And I'm wondering if that, along with the hamstring DM, will affect its ability to remain airborne. So I'm going to attempt that. I think that's clever. So
okay, Endurian.
You start hearing, well, not Barrack, but Corvith, you start hearing a new kind of enchantment coming from this bush. And then a hand pops out and kind of snaps its fingers and points in a general direction. And nothing seems to happen for a moment until a snowflake, and then another, and then a hailstone, and then a gale of just utter destructive, icy cold winds batter this thing in every way, shape, and form. And I am casting Blizzard, please, Mr. DM.
Not a problem. And where would you be, first of all, the area, and where would you like it to go?
It is obviously centered on the
The Griffin? Yeah.
I would say the difficult terrain is just behind it. So, although he's in the air and it's a 30-foot cube, how high up is he?
He's at the moment about 50 feet up. But
so there no difficult terrain would really be made.
There's no difficult terrain, but you can put the blizzard around him.
Yes, what I mean. So I want it to be enveloping him.
Yeah.
Hopefully that won't screw over Corvus' bow too much. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
What did I do first then?
So that's the blizzard.
Yeah.
Up in the air. I believe blizzard provides obscurement.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I should probably have let Corvus go first.
The Griffin disappears from view as it is now obscured by this, the hail and the snow and the swirling blizzard around the creature. And I believe there's no damage now. It's when the creature starts. I think we resolved the.
Yes, starts a turn or enters the area. So you can I've actually obscured it from you too. So you can now do your hide and move and reposition if you want. It's perfectly planned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do then is
turn the light on.
Hold my action until I can. If it's to be ready to, shoot the Griffin if and when it appears from this blizzard.
Okay.
And for my quick action, I would like to hide in shadows.
Okay. If you're not planning to move,
I'm not.
Then just make a straight hide check.
Am I obscured where I am?
You're under a bush, so you've got a bit of cover. You're not fully obscured, but if there's a lot of other stuff happening around, the creature's probably going to focus on that rather than you. You're not obvious. Let's put it like that.
Because I was tempted to change bushes if it knew where I was.
Just run across to the other one. Okay, and that's perfect, Corvus. So you have now hidden once more, and wait your bow. So with hiding.
Mm-hmm.
You are fading from sight. So during your first round, until the start of your next round, you can still be targeted. However, the Griffin can't see you right now. So the likelihood is it wouldn't pick up where you were. But effectively, anybody who can see you, they got one round of knowing where you are whilst you fully fade. But you still get the bonus of being invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fading from sight.
Yeah, so they can basically still target where you are ish
for that first
as you
round,
disappear,
as you fade from sight.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, Veriax, over to you.
I'm going to continue to hold my action, and he's sort of also kind of screaming. I can't even hear himself. At the noise. And he's just waiting for. He doesn't even know what's going on. He just the Griffin's just conjured a snowstorm. And now he's just gonna. He's just standing there waiting for it to come out of it.
Are you holding your action in case the Griffin gets close to you?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so stamina, and that is held. So we're moving on to the Griffin at this point. Right, being in the swirling blizzard, what is the effect?
A physical breath save, please, sir.
I will do
and
that.
I will roll damage while you do. That's 3d6 and d10. Damn it. I bugged it up. Try again.
Okay, so I've rolled a 19, but let's hear the effect first.
So he is going to take that much damage.
Yep.
He failed the save, so he also has the chill condition.
Okay, I tell you what, I am going to pass that save instead, and I'll take half the damage.
Okay. Does the buffeting wind do much with his hamstring, though? That's what I would like to know.
Well, you don't know at the present.
I can't see it.
Let's find out.
Mm.
Okay, and something like that has to go for the body. So AoE spells that automatically target, they always go for the body of a creature with wings. Yeah. Okay, so you see it struggling to get out. It kind of gets there, and it's roughly, kind of shaking its feathers and getting rid of some of the ice that is collected. It's still in the air. Looks back at that, looks down towards you, Veriax, and you, Endurian. The one thing I need to roll is its screech. Does it get its screech back? Yes, it does. Fantastic. But I think it's got something more fun to do here. So the clouds begin to boil overhead, and there are 2 bolts of lightning that come striking down towards the ground.
You see, this is why I'm lying down. This is what the dwarf told me to do.
Yep. So, Barak and Endurian, you are both the targets of this. It is a reflex breath saving throw. Endurian, you're prone, so you have a bane on this saving throw.
Reflex breath.
Yes.
So there's a 2 + 4, so it's +6 minus the bane. Roll that. 6.
Oof, you both very close, but you both failed. So it's 16.
I should have picked lightning resistance.
It is 16 lightning damage to both of you.
Ow. My face.
Right, and that is the end of round 2. So at the end of round 2, Barak, your ears stop ringing, and it frees its wing and is no longer hamstrung.
Is it still very high in the air?
It's still 50 feet in the air.
I was waiting for it to come out of the...
Oh, yeah, sorry, Corvith, before we do that, you have your held action.
Yeah.
You can shoot at it.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yep. Barak, you got your held action, but it's still not getting close to you.
Oh, it's just at the... Yeah, I've done it now. It's just at the body then. What?
I'm happy for you to say that was still at the wings, because you were going for the wings. Whenever you do that, don't change your mind. We can then roll the bane or the boon.
Yeah, I just didn't add the bane, so I thought, well...
Oh, it's a boon. Because you are invisible, you get a greater boon.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're targeting the wings, it's now a boon. However, a crit's a crit. So again, you smash into the griffin. It's going to attempt to roll with that and brace against it. It's piercing, so I get that and a greater bane. 25. It managed to make it. Deal damage.
Ooh, hiss.
The battle of the microwave dice.
Oh, yes.
So should I be...
Yeah. Don't forget, you have poisoned arrows.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have no faith on me actually hitting this thing until it's on the ground, though. So I'm assuming it's weird, but I'm assuming I'm going to miss it because it's in the air. But I shouldn't.
I have no reason to think this, but I do.
I do. Yeah, I know. So
Anyway, don't forget. I think did we actually forget a D10 from your previous damage for being a crit?
I don't think so.
No, he did 3d10. I think.
No, we did.
Yeah, but 2 was sneak.
Yeah.
Oh,
add two D10 to this damage. We missed D10 on the crit.
Good guy, DM.
Yeah.
All right, so that's how many. So it's.
So you get your weapon D8, D10, and then another 2 D10, then another D10. So D8, 4 D10. And 9 points go through. Yeah, it's not brilliant. But you're really beginning to pepper the wings, tearing holes in them as you do so. So that's the end of round 2. And we move into round 3. There are no conditions.
Could I also inflict bleeding?
Inflict bleeding?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got the
So I got sneak
sneak
bleeding.
thing. Yeah, absolutely you can do bleeding.
He's a sneaky boy.
Yeah, so start of the round. Do you want to roll your bleeding damage on the griffin?
I do.
You're just carrying this fight at this point.
Yeah, the bleeding will only affect the body, but it's still free damage coming in. Oh,
Whoa.
jeez. That's good. That's good.
Nice.
And of course, you've appeared. So the griffin's now got a bead on you. It can see you. Round 3.
Not for long, hopefully.
Who would like to go first on round 3?
I'm focusing on this blizzard. I can't move the blizzard, can I?
No, you can't.
I could just make another one.
Yes, you could.
Or
Fireball it.
I could... From my history check earlier on, this thing has 4 legs, but it's not using them right now.
No.
If I were to prone this thing with my aether damage. Would that actually be effective?
Yeah, so prone, I drop my movement,
Uh-huh.
and if I hit the ground, I land. If I don't hit the ground, I recover flight. So you effectively cause a flying creature to dip down. But if it's close enough to the ground, it'll land on the ground. It can still take off afterwards, but you can effectively make it go prone onto the ground.
But if I get it to land, it's 50 feet in the air still I take.
Yeah.
And I guess that's about its movement.
You've seen it move
yeah, it's
at
gonna move a lot
least
more than
70
that.
feet. It's got
So
one
I
hell of a
could put it
movement.
on the floor for you, Brass.
I would love that because I can't do anything.
Do you want to play the game?
You
Do you want to play the game?
stood
mate?
there screaming.
You two are just hiding. I'm taking the damage, and I can't.
Hey, I
even
got
I'm
see
struck
doing
by
more than
lightning.
hiding.
I got struck by lightning.
Well, you know,
I'm going to stand up in my bush, pop up, snap my fingers, and these 3 burying daggers are going to go straight for, and I will go for its wings.
You can't. They are auto-targeting.
Oh yes, okay. In fact, the body it is then. So this is 3d8 and a d10 plus it needs to give me a raw saving throw, I think.
It's a raw strength saving throw.
Which it's probably quite good at. So let's 3, 10, 20 damage.
ooh, not bad.
As these parrying daggers go thunk, 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 and as they're mid-flight, they turn into full-side longswords and smack into it.
And the saving throw is a 24. So yeah, its sheer size just absorbs the damage and the impact of the aether missiles.
-1 there as well. I'm gonna pop back down into my bush. No, I am gonna stay stood up because it knows I'm here.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna stand by the dwarf.
Fantastic.
Good idea.
Are you done, Enduria?
I am. Maybe Corvus can.
No.
Okay.
Before anybody else goes.
Oh.
It turns to you, Corvus, opens its mouth, and
Why?
there's a screeching sound.
Why? You crit it twice. Why me? Is this like the equivalent of a legendary action?
Equivalent, yeah. So that is going to be 13 sonic damage, but can I have a physical spell saving throw, please?
Okay. That's +5. Okay.
Let's remove your visibility, because...
Oh. You.
Yisk. So sorry, was that 13 damage?
So that's 13 damage, and you are now deafened as well.
What?
17.
Sorry, 17 damage.
You rolled the 13.
Sorry.
Trying to pull one over from the DM.
Nah.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's yeah. So solo creatures get interrupts, but they scale with the number of people attacking them.
Oh boy.
Okay, so who would like to go next, Corvus or Barak?
Corvus, he's got a ranged weapon.
I won't use it. Oh, well, I'm not going to use it. I am going to.
Mommy, hide.
No, I'm going to hide and I'm going to move.
Well,
Okay.
in that case, I'm preparing once again. This time, guys, it's gonna approach for real this time.
I'm pretty sure I said very early on that having a missile weapon is always an advantage in this game.
Yeah,
I'm an axe-wielding dwarf.
Okay.
He only understands problems in axe. He tried a hammer once and it didn't work.
Maybe I'll get a crossbow, but I don't think I'm going to be very good with it.
Yeah, but you know, if you had a smaller axe, smaller than the one you've got, say, you know, suitable for throwing.
True.
You could have made some mithril throwing axes.
Could have. Anyway, who wants to go next? Who's going next? Barak, I think you said you're just holding your action, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And Corvus, you want to go invisible and then move. So do you want to make your hide in shadows?
Can I change where I'm stood?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I want to move.
You were in the bush, so that's 10 feet of your move.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the way it might approach us. I want to make sure that.
Is there a bane to this because I want to move or not?
So... Yeah, there's a bane because you want to
Yeah.
move.
Thought so.
Where do you think I should stand, Brass?
Yeesh.
Stay exactly where you are, I think.
Yeah, I'll remain here.
You're going to fate point that, or
Yeah, I don't want it
Yeah.
to come at me. It's
yeah,
pissed.
because otherwise you also disconnect with the Shadow Aether, so you can't use your ability again until you spent 10 minutes in meditation.
Oh dear.
I don't have time for that shit.
No, you don't. So how about
Maybe-
a fate point?
You never know. He might wait. He might be a polite griffin.
Oh, he might be. Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
Yes,
Ooh.
you
Good,
did it
good.
that time.
That was
So-
close. I thought you'd failed.
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja mark on, and where are you moving to?
Just like there.
So, heading in that direction, the blizzard is now between you and the griffin, so it can't see where you are currently. Although its eyes were following as
Yeah.
you were fading.
He's got it out for you, man.
Right, and it is over to the griffin. And I'm just going to check on 2 recharges quickly.
Watch him get both.
So the screech isn't back. Haha, nice. But the lightning begins to crackle around it. So you can see it draws lightning from the clouds above, and the static charge seems to arc in between its feathers as it now moves to there. Can still kind of see you fading there, Corveth,
No.
and sends a bolt at you and
No.
sends a bolt at Endurian.
Good, good. It's just I don't have a bane on this one, right?
No, you don't now. So it is a reflex breath. I say breath. That should be breath. It's a reflex spell saving throw.
Could it not be breath? I have +7 against breath.
Oh!
That's not looking good.
Is it 13 damage?
13 lightning damage.
No, I was going to
Oh.
16. And
So both of you take 13 lightning damage as the bolts strike down, hitting you.
Endurian's hair is all stood on end. I am in
Okay.
great deal of pain, companions.
And I believe we're at the end of round 3. Barrick, it still hasn't come anywhere close to you.
I really want to do like a recovery action, but that would be the turn where it does actually become like come
It's
down.
bait. It's bait. Use it.
Yeah.
You got defensive
Oh, that's
recovery
good.
now. haven't you?
Yeah, it's a good point actually. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to use my defensive recovery.
Well, you're gonna have to wait till next round.
Damn.
Okay, so we're on to round 4. It's got a bleeding condition. Does someone want to roll bleeding?
I do.
Corveth?
Very actually, definitely.
Ooh, oh god! This. Do you know what? You have done so much damage to this. Ooh.
The only one of us has done. Well, I've done a bit.
Okay, so start of round 4. Who would like to go first?
Let the 2 range ones go. Maybe, maybe they'll succeed at bringing him down.
You want me to do the same again?
Yes.
It's got a really good save on that though. It shrugged it off quite easily.
Well, you could also try and recover, but I don't know.
Recovery's for stamina, isn't it?
For hit points and stamina.
Well, I don't think me having many hit points is going to help all that much.
Just fireball it twice. Can't
Go
wrong
for the
there.
wings.
What do you want to do, Cole? Do you want to go first? Because you're stealthed now, aren't you? So you've got a boon to hit it.
I am going to shoot and
May-
then hide again.
Maybe use a poison of some description.
Oh, yeah, Vaccinating. I'll miss though.
You will if you use a poison. Yeah.
I will. You think I will? I will. But okay.
Okay, Corvus, over to you.
Yes, I will use a poisoned arrow this time.
Mithril? I know. I'm
I
actually
don't want
kidding.
it sailing off, right? It's still in the
On
air, isn't
all
it?
of this, all of this is tongue-in-cheek advice. Do not listen to me. I have not rolled well at all this game.
Yeah, the poison's not as valuable.
Your poison isn't on your mithril arrows anyway. You got that special quiver, so you got a load of normal arrows with poison. If it's a hit, it's an extra 2d8. And what it does, I forgot last time we used it, but because it's your arrows coated in poison, all the damage becomes poison from the arrow.
I mean, it doesn't like piercing.
No, it doesn't like piercing. You don't know what it's like against non-physical damage if it attempts to brace. But it was pretty good at bracing.
All these things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you, man. What does your heart tell you?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just gonna shoot it with a regular arrow.
Off we go.
Because it's still bleeding, isn't it? So.
You can try hamstring it again. Can you stack sneak debuffs?
You can. Bleeding, obviously, you can't.
Yeah. I mean, like different ones.
Yeah, different ones. Absolutely, you can.
Do I get? Sorry, apologies. So I get a boon or a greater boon?
You get a boon because you're targeting the wings. If you weren't targeting the wings, you'd have a greater boon. However, that is a 29. That is really good.
Pew, pew, pew.
Who'd have thought having the ranged guy against a thing in the air would be a good call?
Yeah, it's going to attempt to dodge.
It's probably
sorry, not dodge, parry. So it's bringing a wing around to attempt to parry.
What a git!
What the actual?
All right, I mean,
these microwave dice, man.
It is. These, as the arrow gets close, the wing just kind of bats it straight out the air.
Hey guys, I hit the wing.
Well done,
no,
man.
it doesn't.
Technically, no.
Technically,
we had this argument last time too.
That is the arrow with the wing. So, technically not a miss.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion? Flee for your life.
Anything else, Corbett?
I'm hiding.
You okay? Make your hide check.
I've got 123 there. So. Yeah, I'm going.
Natural 20.
So don't spend a point of stamina. You just go straight invisible. Looking good. The griffin is still kind of looking towards the area you occupied.
I like to lodge a complaint because you guys have just been exchanging crits.
Well, Endurian, how about you choose a spell that has a roll to hit on it?
No, I know your games. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did last time so that maybe Barrett can play the game.
I'm playing the game by spending stamina.
I'm going to spend a point of stamina and a spell point, and again, these 3 aether daggers are going to elongate into full-on swords as they zip in, and he needs to give me another raw strength saving throw and take 18 points of damage.
Not bad, not bad.
I'm going to stand here.
And the saving throw is...
Get out!
Yes. Good job, Minarian. Now I can finally use my mithril axe.
It's happy to come to the ground. So yeah, the blasts hit it, and you see it stumble out and then land on the ground in a crumpled fashion.
I had to pour a lot of magic into getting this thing out of the sky.
So, anything else, Endurian?
Can I move up following Variax, or do I have to end my turn before he can do anything?
You have to end your turn.
Yeah, I will
and
just
then
remain.
Allow Barrett to go.
Yeah, I'll remain where I am.
Okay.
Well, I'm only going over here. Don't worry.
Barrett, before you go.
Oh, no.
The griffin's interrupting, so it immediately now gets to its feet. It's getting rid of the prone condition, so it can stand upright. And now you can go.
Fast bugger, isn't he?
Chop its wings off, dwarf.
Chop it.
Chopper.
I guess, yeah, I'll go for the wings. Right.
Could you cleave and get both?
No, it's just one target.
Oh, okay.
I like your thinking, but no. Okay, so Barak, you're aiming for the wings. It's at a bane.
Oh, I mean,
jeez.
well, it doesn't.
It was worth waiting for, wasn't it?
It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm not used to this Mithrilax yet. It's
You've got the initiative token, haven't you?
the way. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no, I do.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, do you want to
actually. I
use
have
your
that.
initiative token?
Does that me re-roll it? Does it?
Yeah, just re-roll. Don't forget the bane this time. It's because
Okay.
you didn't roll the bane with the dice.
Yeah. That's what, technically that was the bane with the dice. It made me roll a 16.
Yep. Go on.
Got a plus 12.
That's better. I've got a feeling for it now. Straight through.
That's
straight
excellent.
through.
Straight into
Mobbing
the
up.
wing. Okay. Yeah. You readjust the swing of your axe. The lightness of the axe taking you a little bit by surprise. It's a solid strike. The griffin is going to attempt to brace, and this is slashing. It's very good at bracing against slashing.
I cast Greater Bane on the griffin.
Well,
It
you
made
still
it.
hit it. You still hit it.
Yeah. So let's do some damage.
Right then, damage would be no d4s. Is my d6 doubled for my mithralness?
Nothing's doubled.
Damn.
You
You
think
add a
it's
d10 when you.
Oh
crit.
yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah. So 1d6 for no for. No d8s anymore. So 2d10 and 1d12.
Yeah.
I watched that 6 knock over that 12 from a 12 to a 2.
I did as well, and I wondered whether it was going to register, and it does, doesn't it?
You do have a fate point. You can re-roll damage.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Just getting used to the axe. It's just
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
the
yeah,
handle's a
yeah,
little
yeah,
different.
It's a teething
Yes,
distance.
the
Yeah.
weight, the
Hey!
Oh, there we go. 27. Jeez. So 13 damage done. The wings are looking pretty bad, but it's still in a position where it could potentially take off. Are you done, Barak?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty dumb.
Hit it again.
I'm going to interrupt at the end of yours turn and have an action with the griffin.
Gasp.
So you're right in front of it. It immediately comes in and attempts to bite you as you're right there. And
Num num num. Tasty dwarf.
so I've got a
Oh.
33.
33. Yeah, I'd have to literally roll a 19 to parry that. So I'm going to brace.
Brace away. You're looking at 28 damage.
14 there, 3 there, bit of that.
Maybe getting this thing to land wasn't a good idea.
That's fine. So yeah, it does a lot more damage when it's on the ground. That's 14 damage.
Oh.
And then its claws come in. And
I
rake at
do
you.
a lot more damage when I'm on the ground too.
You got two titans fighting each other right now.
Oh man, I love how like, yeah, we need to ground this thing. Oh.
Wait, it's got
It's more powerful.
a
though.
giant beak and massive claws. Wait a minute.
Add a
32.
32 on that one. So you're bracing again.
Yeah.
Just Barrick's really happy and then just getting shredded.
It's all right. Getting shredded is still playing the game.
Oh!
So it's
See?
23, and you brace against the 23. So only 11 goes through, but it's left a bleeding wound on you, Barak, as the claw slashes across you.
Ow.
Dwarf, the dwarf needs help.
And now the griffin gets its turn.
I don't want to see if it's turn.
Right. It's getting low on stamina, so I'm using one of my threat tokens to regain 1d8 stamina.
Roll a one, roll a one.
I'm just
roll
gonna
a
grab
one, roll a
Bill
one,
It is
roll a
very
one,
threatening.
Roll a one, roll a one,
It
roll a one,
is.
roll a one.
Yes. Okay.
Too much threat.
Right. And I'm checking for recharges quickly. So Screech.
Oh.
Nope.
It's not that one I'm
Lightning.
worried about.
It's the lightning.
Son of it's
Always a 7.
always.
Oh, every time.
Okay, so the griffin is looking at you, but it ruffles its wings, the feathers kind of vibrating, the body, the fur kind of coming up when there's bolts of lightning, one striking Endurian, one striking Corvith. However, Variax, you seem to be the target of its physical attacks.
I don't think it matters if I
Attacked
succeed on
plural,
it.
it only needs one.
So for the two of you, Corvith and
Oh, it
Endurian.
No, I'm gonna take a win regardless.
Yeah, if the save won't drop it below your hit points, drop to 0 and make a system shock check.
Dear, oh dear.
You only have to roll above a 15.
Yeah, my system shock isn't great.
And Corvith, you're looking at a reflex spell saving throw for half damage.
Here we go, boys. Natural 20!
Nicely
Well
done.
What is with this
Brilliant.
session? And what's with Untold Destiny just exchanging crits?
It's because it's awesome. Corvith, so you're going to take the full 14 damage
Oh, good.
as lightning blasts down on you. And then Variax, it now. So it's done that. It's actually it could.
Yeah, I forgot to use my stamina for my bracings. There we are. Oh, shit.
No, crap. Variax, no.
Yeah, don't forget your stamina for brace. It is.
If I could survive one round, I can do a great recovery. Or, actually, no, just a normal recovery, defensively.
If.
But I am on 8 HP.
If. Don't you have your
6
greater,
HP.
thing where you hang over die?
Comes in to bite at you. Jeez, these
My
dice.
God. See, I would attempt to parry these, but
I'm-
they're always an 18 or a 19. And it's
Yeah.
like, he's
mean,
got like a.
Honestly,
crit.
what is the point in not parrying? Because you're going to take the wound regardless.
Yeah.
That's true. I will try to. I'm just gonna. If I can get a nat 20, can I parry all of his attacks in a row?
You'll parry this
Oh,
attack
hang
without
on,
a problem
I've
if you
got
get a natural 20.
modifier.
And you don't spend the stamina for the parry.
Well,
But
worth a
that's not
shot.
looking like it.
Worth a shot.
Okay, so the damage coming in is 22.
Jeez!
Make a note of the negative you go to for your great fortitude, if you want to use that.
Right, yeah.
I'm on. So
So
I'll
it's
put it in the blue.
definitely going to -1, isn't it?
what am I on?
You're minus 16.
16, yeah.
So that's 3 stamina will put you on 8 hit points.
Which I will do. I will spend 3 stamina to put myself on 8 hit points. Yeah.
There we go.
8.
You
Bam.
can always parry the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can,
And then-
if he rolls a 18 again.
Well, it's this.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. That's doable.
Possible. Very possible.
It's.
I mean, is this going to leave you enough stamina to do your recovery?
Sure. We'll worry about that.
Oh, so close. So close. Your axe just doesn't get up in time when the claw swipes against you.
This is your fault, Endurian.
Don't blame the axe.
How is it my
The axe is
You
fine.
told me to parry. I would have just taken the damage, and I would have been fine.
So that's 25, which is minus 17. So you haven't got the stamina to be able to
No, I haven't.
drop
You
to
could-
0 and make a system shock.
You're good at system shock.
No, I'm not.
You know?
Plus 9.
It's
Oh,
very
plus
good.
5.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I've only
It's
got
just
one
very
of the
not
best
good enough.
modifiers.
When it's only a 1d20.
Hey!
Yay! As the claw slashes against you, you kind of move with it. There's a slight scrape across your back, but nothing else. You're feeling very vulnerable, but yeah, the Griffin's going to have to work a lot harder to take you down.
We've got a problem, guys.
Is it the giant?
It's the fact
Tank.
that our tank is now unable to tank.
Okay, so end of round 4. Corvith, you are no longer deaf, so you can now hear the really good advice that Endurian is sending your way.
Help the dwarf!
At the
You can hear
beginning
the
of round
cries of
5,
the dwarf as well, no doubt.
Would you like to roll
Dreams.
bleeding damage for the Griffin? And I'll roll bleeding damage for Barrick, except he's on 0, so that just naturally triggers. I still need to roll the damage.
Oh,
So-
fuck.
The condition doesn't go Barrick, and you are forced to make a system shock saving throw.
Incredible.
Okay.
Ooh. Have you got a fate point?
No, he doesn't.
No, I spent it.
That is 2 wounds, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to grab Bill and leave.
We actually
See you guys.
ignored his advice of not using fate points on attacks. And if
Saving throws, in my opinion at least, are so vital. That said, the right fate point on an attack roll can turn the fight.
No, it's only a bane on strength saves. I'm not making any strength saves. I'm fine.
Yeah. So,
You're fine.
we're now
You're
in round
moving
5.
anywhere.
Barrick, Endurian, and Corvith. Who would like to go first?
Very strange definition of the word fine.
do you want me to nuke the shit out of this?
Well, I'm going to do a recovery action because maybe I might recover enough stamina and HP at the same time to get myself out of the negative and back to actually being up.
Try it.
Maybe. So I think I roll a D10 and I recover stamina equal to half the result. You also recover hit points equal to the result
Plus your level.
plus my level. Okay,
Yeah.
so just just roll that manually. 9.
Oh.
So
Not
that
bad.
is 4 stamina.
So 4 stamina. Okay, I get 9 plus, so I get 13 HP. So I'm only on minus.
No.
Fine.
You ignore them. Ignore penalty minuses. The minuses only apply for your Great Fortitude.
Okay, so I just.
So
I
you're
just-
on 0. You've now got 13.
You're back.
Right.
And
Okay.
you got a swift action.
And my swift. I'm swiftly staying exactly where I am because. Is that the best you could do? You thought I was.
I didn't hear
you
no
thought
bell.
I was down, but no, here I am, and I'm stronger than I was a minute ago.
Strike me down. I shall become more powerful.
Does the Griffin understand Dwarven?
It doesn't appear
You'll
to,
get the
but,
gist, I think, won't it?
Okay, so Barrett, you are done. Endurian and Corvith, who would like to go next?
Can you move your blizzard to the ground? It's
No,
in the sky
unfortunately,
right
I
now.
can't move
You
it.
can't move it around.
But I can double fireball this thing if you want me
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, go
Do you
ahead.
want to hit it first?
I don't think it matters too much, does it? Who goes where? You go first.
Well,
Does it?
if you were to hit it and do good damage, it might actually pay me to like stack blizzards on it,
Okay.
so it starts its turn.
Yeah,
on there.
I'll. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot it whatever, so I
Well,
might as well do it first.
Yeah, let's see what happens with you.
Pew 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 from my hidden in shadowsness.
Are you going for the body or the wings?
I think we should go for the body. I
I
don't
am
think if it
inclined
took.
to
I don't think
agree.
if it took off, it would be a terrible thing, would it?
No.
No. So I gotta go for the body.
Let's go. That's really good.
All right, yeah, good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to brace against that, so deal damage. Yeah, made the brace.
Okay.
Of course it did, because it keeps rolling 18s.
Yep.
Come on. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. So that's 12 points. Oof, you got it halfway.
It can't brace if I just double fireball it. If I
No.
do about 25 points of damage per fireball, I know it's got good strength saves. It's probably not got the best in the world dex saves.
I
If
wanna
I
hide
had to
again.
guess.
Excuse me. Still my turn. Yeah,
Make your hide.
I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna try hide. I don't want to assume anything.
Excuse me.
No,
Oof.
no, I'm not. Oh, I lose my ether connection.
Yup, the shadow aether is not accessible to you as you attempt to hide.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. However,
Okay,
it
good.
has proved very handy, and you have delivered a substantial amount of damage to this creature. Before Endurian can go,
Oh no.
it is interrupting.
No.
We forgot that it could do
It
this.
kind of crouches and then goes shooting up into the air.
Oh.
Barrick, you may... let's have a look. It might as well try. It's got acrobatics. Spend the stamina. If it makes the acrobatics roll, then...
Of course it will. It's
Microwave dice.
It's a big creature. Big creatures have penalties to
Double shot.
acrobatics.
Damn it.
Do I roll a 20? No. Have a parting shot at it, a parting attack if you wish.
It's all right. You can open up next time, B. 19 to crit.
It's a crit. It is a crit.
That is a crit. Okay. I'm just going to do a brace. You do your damage.
Then.
We're making it bleed stamina by continually making it brace.
Every time I have hit this creature,
Absolutely.
it's been a crit.
That is
25.
slashing.
Oh, wow.
And
It rolled
it's got
70.
brace.
That it ever fail.
But 25 is still 12 points going through as you scrape across one of its paws as it goes flying upwards. It is now 70 feet in the air as Endurian.
Well,
it is
what
your
this has
turn.
just shown me, actually, with it doing this, is it's shown us a weakness. Endurian's going to go, it cannot move quickly whilst airborne, at least not nimbly. And he's going to sort of let go of his staff, and it's going to remain perfectly upright. Snap both fingers, and 2 fireball beads are going to shoot directly at it, and both are going to detonate right in its bloody face. Should I just roll all the damage together?
Yeah.
No, because it's separately 2
let
attacks,
me make-
isn't it?
It needs
2
to be because
saves.
I've got 2 separate
So
saving
that
throws.
will be a breath reflex, I believe, for fireball. Yes.
roll.
Oh, nice.
Oh no! I thought that was Jack rolling that dice.
I
Oh,
use
No,
my
that's
fate point
me.
to make you re-roll. Okay.
But it failed.
So
It failed the second.
here's the first.
Off we go.
It's 3d8 and a d10, isn't it? So here's the first. 19. You take half, obviously.
9.
And then here's the second, which I'm going to use a fate point to re-roll the damage on.
Off you
go. 17. Unfortunate, but he is on fire,
He's now on fire.
and I'm going to stand by back.
Oof.
My leg's
Right.
broken.
That's all of you done.
We can fix that. We can fix that.
On its turn, it effectively begins to fly away. So it's 70 feet in the air, but it is now
calculating.
so it can get that
Where's
far.
he gone?
It's fleeing.
It's disappeared.
Zoom.
Oh my god, it's over there.
You can see it rapidly flying away right now as we are now at the end of round 5. There are no conditions to stop. Round 6, we have bleed, and fire.
It'd be funny if it just drops out of the
So-
sky.
Barrick, you're bleeding damage.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
No.
4
4 to you,
is
6 to
manageable.
me. And could someone roll some fire
yeah.
damage? That's D12 there, Endurian.
Takes 15
9.
damage in total just doing that. You know what I can now do
And
is I can just end it by double casting Fireball again.
Do it.
So who wants to go
Maybe
first?
I get. Oh, okay.
No, you want to try and end it? Yeah, you go for it.
I want to. Well, Goblins has suddenly remembered that he can fire twice in a turn. Sorry.
Incredible.
So,
Yeah, but Corvith, double shot is 2 different targets. I'm
Oh, is
afraid.
it?
Yeah.
The two wings.
yeah, the wing and the body.
So effectively, you bring out 2 arrows and they aim at 2 separate targets. and
Oh,
then
like
you
in Robin
fire.
Hood Prince of Thieves.
It's
Right,
a
I get
ranged
it, yeah.
cleave, effectively. Yeah.
Okay. So, oh well, that's fine then. I still want to shoot the bloody thing. I'm going to chase after it and shoot it. How much?
Okay, so you have your action. Off you go.
Yeah, so I'm going to move my 50 feet.
Even if you miss, I can kill it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I just want to 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm just going to, yeah, and then I'm going to shoot it.
Shoot her!
I am. Just a second. Okay. No modifiers. It's just a straight up.
Straight up roll, so you won't qualify
Nah.
for sneak, unfortunately. And yeah, it's too much. It's the arrow goes flying
So
past. As Corvith has done, I will
Oh.
interrupt,
Oh, for God's sakes!
and it will move another 70
fine.
feet off the map.
That's fine.
Your
200.
range is 200.
I'm pretty sure
so
I can see it beneath the blizzard as well. The blizzard's quite high.
you're going to have to move. So you're 145. It's moved another 70, so it is 215 feet away from you.
I had to let Veriax have his moment, didn't I?
All right.
Yeah, I will move my 50 feet, which brings it within range. And I'm pretty sure this is going to end it. Regardless, I will cast Fireball.
Don't say that. You'll roll a bloody 5 on the damage.
Yeah,
I have another fate point.
Nah.
You'll roll a 5 again.
Yeah, so that will be another breath reflex save, please. That is a fail. It'll be on
So
fire.
it has passed.
Oh, is it choosing to pass?
It's choosing to pass.
Dean does not want us to get the XP.
No, if you get the XP, it's because you've earned it. This griffin is attempting to escape right now. You've driven it
Here we
off.
go.
Yeah, it's goal driven, isn't it? So my goal is to get Bill
16.
and beat the Griffin. Beat doesn't mean killed, does it? So yeah.
Do I re-roll the damage? Re-roll the damage? I think I'm going to re-roll the damage.
Okay, off you go.
It's because I know I can do so much better. 3. Watch it be terrible. This is my last fate point. Get effed! It is taking half, though.
Oh, that's close. That's close. And then your second fireball, you're pretty much spent at this
I can do a
point.
second fireball, sir.
No, you can't
Yeah,
because you
that's
moved.
why I was thinking,
You had to move. Okay, however, it has got 8 hit points, so it is that far. Barrick, are you doing anything
Throw
on
your
your
axe.
turn?
I throw them out. My great axe. 200
End
feet.
over end.
Yeah.
I'm sadly think this is going to get away. Is there anything else I can do? Oh. How many feet away from me is it?
You moved. How many to? How far are you from where the griffin is there?
I just
Hang on.
moved 50 there, so that
90?
is 90.
So add
So
70
that's
to that.
140 feet away. We know it can move 70. I'm going to use my Invoking Pulse,
Yes.
which is now 25 feet, I think.
20 feet.
In the vain hope.
You can't. It's a swift
Oh,
action
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
remember,
nerfed it myself.
Quite aptly, it needed to be toned down a bit.
Is there any...
You got the invocation energy around you, but you just can't use it in time.
dodges or that's a real shame.
I think we're moving to
I
its
think
turn.
so.
So it's obviously going to double move, and it's now going down to the ground so that it's cutting your visibility as it moves along the undulating ground. So that is another 140 feet on its turn.
It's 140 feet. So it was already 140 feet away from me.
It's now 280 feet away from you, and you're struggling. It's dipping down, so the ground's getting in the way of you trying to see it. However, as we go on to round 7, can I have a D6 from?
Oh, come on!
And Barrick, you take
Another 4.
4 bleeding damage.
I could have healed the dwarf.
My knees
Oh
are just popped
no,
open at
very
this point.
Ah, you're fine. And 2, and now the condition disappears as well. The blood coagulates.
I want to ask, how close was this griffin?
Well, Corvith, are you in a position where you can, because visibility is the difficult thing for you. The person I would give the best chance to is probably Endurian because of long vision. But it's hovering along the ground, so every now and then it pops up, but then straight back down again. From where you are, you're probably around the 280 mark as well.
Oh, I think I can get to it.
So that is way off the map. I'll leave it on the edge, but that's way off the map currently.
I can get to it.
Can you?
I can get to it.
Go on then.
You can get to it.
I can cast Quick Escape, which will give me 25 feet. It's a good thing I didn't take a wound and get that movement penalty. So Quick Escape is my swift action. So that's 25 feet of movement. So that is there.
But your swift action could just be used to move.
No, you're right, aren't you?
Which is 50.
So, yeah, sorry, I was thinking that and move. But
Wizards complicated stuff. Just use your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that still leaves me slightly shy, I think. Because I am 65 feet away off here.
Yeah, 230 feet away then, at that point.
I'm 30 feet
Doesn't
shy.
your fireball have 40 feet of... Oh, did you not take that?
It's 200. I don't have that meta magic.
Damn.
I have the double nuke meta magic.
I can speak it though, can't I?
I got a feeling we're going to have to call it there in that the Griffin, as badly wounded as it is, manages to get away with 6 hit points.
What's the range of my bow though? Isn't it like 300 or something? I've got 300, 600 here.
Don't forget, it's got 144 hit points and
there's no
on the
reason we
wings.
can't track this thing. We've done a lot of it just gets its HP back, doesn't it?
When it finds somewhere safe to rest, it'll get all of its hit points back. Yeah, as will you. But Barrick, you're feeling really wounded from the one hit that it delivered. However, that was a very, very good fight. So you still get the full defeat XP of the Griffin because you drove it off and you rescued Bill. Everybody get a temporary fate point for rescuing Bill.
That means I'm on 4 fate points in total then, because I only ever used my 2 natural ones.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you got your 2
and
temporaries.
then I would have my 2 regenerating.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. The temporaries are there for when it really, really matters. You've got those fate points.
Man, I'm a little.
You're not dead. We're not dead.
I'm a little bummed.
We are not dead.
You took my donkey, Corvus.
It's got it back, and it's my donkey.
If you wanted to kill it, you should have taken out the wings and grounded it.
Well, we found out grounding it was not the best idea.
No. However, I hope you enjoyed your first solo fight. The Griffin escapes to fight another day, but
that was close. That was
a good fight.
What treasure does it have in its nest is the question we need to be asking.
Do I find any throwing axes?
Bill, my boy.
How many can I use my animal
Bill?
handling to calm Bill down before he has an
Absolutely. The moment Bill sees you, he stumbles across the branches and runs as best he can towards you, braying loudly.
To me, to me.
To you, Corbett. Yeah.
To me, Endurian. There, Bill.
However, Barrick, you're busy looking through everything, and indeed, you find the remains of people here. and what appears to be some potential loot.
Nice.
Yeah, if I could just find the piece.
Bill,
of
it's me,
paper.
your owner, the guy that feeds you every day and looks after you. Where are you going?
There it is.
It's a really shit Aragorn,
Right.
isn't it? Like doing the Brago thing, but with a fucking donkey.
I am not a shit Aragorn. How dare you?
Oh man, no,
We don't have it. If you bought a Brago, right, that would be. It's on you.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted a Brago, then I'd have even less spells.
Yes.
Matt, to be fair though, you were MVP in that fight. I think. Well done.
That was good. It was a good team effort, I think, all round. And Barrick, it's a reminder that I'm not going to be one of these coward. I think that's brilliant. If a creature can fly, it's not going to land. And I play the creatures to the best of their abilities. So, I think some throwing axes is probably a good investment.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
some-
get some in
Or some
harbour.
magical boots of jumping. You didn't buy boots.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you're still.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
Get some in Swanton. I mean, there'll be some
Okay.
there, won't there?
After having a route around, you find there are two rings, very ornate. One is covered in kind of earthy sigils, and the other one seems to have wisps of wind under boots across it. You find a wand made of kind of black wood. The wood incredibly strong. And in total, you find 4 florins, 12 moons, and 33 pennies. The 2 rings and the wand appear to have darkened runes across them, indicating there are enchantments on them.
One was earthy,
I might be able to help you with this.
one wind and boots.
Also, we'll have to get that money again. So it's 4 florins, 2 moons,
4 florins,
12
moons, 33 pennies.
It's a lot.
Am I able to? I assume that as the wizard, you're going to be passing me these magical items, Barrick, so that I can examine them.
I probably would. Yeah.
Big assumption.
Yes,
They
hand them
don't
over.
they don't look mythical to me.
Hand them over here, my boy. Oh yes,
It's not an
very good.
axe, so
I'm going to turn my back to them and sort of ponder them as like, don't look, I'm busy. What do I have to do, DM, to decipher what these are? And I would like you to DM to me what these are, if that is all right.
I will do that. So what you need to do is, first of all, be able to see Aether.
I'm
so
already
detect
focusing.
Aether.
I'm going to stop focusing on that blizzard, by the way.
We'll get rid of that one. And then it's Aether Theory to identify. And I'm just
I will
having a
also
quick drop
focus on
into-
decipher languages so I can know what the runes say.
Yeah. So Aether Theory is with a Greater Boon.
Well, I think this is going to go absolutely fine.
So
The first ring, yes. Here we go with a Greater Boon. Wow.
easily done. I will write what that does.
And then I will. I'm gonna. I'll focus on this one first. Okay. Righto. I'm gonna. So yes, very interesting. Next ring.
Yep.
Hold on. I actually gave myself a bit of a debuff there, I think. Great. Is it Greater Boon through all of these?
Yeah, Greater Boon for all of them.
Yeah.
Easily done.
This is my profession. I'm going to look at this other ring. Yes, indeed.
Are you okay? Enduring.
You're
right.
Bursts out laughing.
Yes. You're scaring the donkey.
Dean, that is brilliant. Oh, I love it. Anyway, the wand. I'm gonna, yes, the wand. I'm gonna stroke the hard wood and not in a sensual way.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna
It's a power show.
maybe. We did just watch a dwarf get completely mauled. And what does the one do? Natural 20.
Oh, easily done. So,
Yes, send this through to me. Let me know things that they do not. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Yes, the categories. You utter. Iberian just continues laughing incredibly at what we have found here.
you look around at some of the bodies lying twisted in here, and yeah, they could have been adventuring folk.
Firstly, I hope you don't mind, gentlemen. He says, calming down. But I'm going to hand these out in the best way I see fit. Firstly, he's going to flick the first ring to Barak. Barak, this is a ring of jumping. Your aura should be able to handle this.
Oh,
I didn't
How high
detect
can
any
I jump?
curses or anything on these, did I? No curses or anything on these, I should say.
Cursed items don't really exist. There can sometimes be corrupted enchantments where the enchantment's gone a bit wiggy.
These are
but
Yes. So
These
now
are
when the thing flies, you can jump up and hit the bastard.
I'm going to put it on and jump as high as I can.
okay,
So
make
don't
a
forget it's a ring of
athletics.
jumping, not a ring of.
Fall, it's low fall.
Well,
You
look,
know,
I
this
don't
is a
care.
trap in Morrowind, right? It's like it lets you jump really, really far. Oh, brilliant!
And then you die.
Oh, I've jumped 100 feet. Hooray. What was it? Athletics.
Oh, what's that wizard's name at the start of the game?
The Scrolls of Icaran flight.
Yeah, what was the wizard's name?
Tile,
He had a tile.
yeah.
Oh, we go, boom! Just takes off.
So, is that your 29? So, first thing you note, as you go to jump, it's as though you had run 20 feet. So, you no longer need to run 20 feet. I'm going to add, hang on, I'm going to put this in the chat, but let's increase that by 4. So, that's 33. You leap 16 feet into the air, 3 feet long, and as you come down to the ground, there's like wind underneath you that buffets your fall and lands you safely on the ground.
I think that would be quite suitable for a man that wants to leap into combat from all manner of places. As for you, friend Corveth, I'm going to flick the other ring to him. This is a ring of lightning resistance. Your aura should be able to handle it.
Yeah.
It says it does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yep.
And I shall keep this, and I will add the wand of lengthening spell. You see why I was laughing? to my sheet.
Yeah. I was chuckling with all the stuff you were mentioning about an item to make you jump and then just being out of range.
Yeah,
with
not
your
having the right
spells.
So I take the wand. I just say I'm going to use the wand to lengthen my spell, and I spend the stamina.
No, what I'm going to do is I'll do the complicated one first. I'm going to pop this into the general chat on here. So it's charged. So at the moment it's got 0 charges. You need to be aligned to it, and the following morning, any charged items you have, you can recover 1 charge plus your charisma modifier as charges across any of those items. So I don't know what your charisma...
2 is my modifier.
2 plus 2. So you can recover 3 charges each time you have a rest, which will fully charge this. 1 charge as a reaction, which is the meta magic reaction, casting a spell, and you can use the lengthen spell.
I like that.
So there you go. Nice and simple. That's, and it is an ironwood wand. Any damage you deal, add a d6.
Ooh.
Nice.
So similar to weapons, it's considered a +1.
I'm going to just pop that on my character sheet. Oh. Yeah, okay. I will... Ironwood.
Does that include each of his...
Ironwood is a +1 metal. Or materials of wood.
So that is a 1d6. Wait, does that mean I get a +1 to a hit on my No, you don't in your.
No, it
Yeah,
never
yeah.
it never affects your skill. It just affects your
So it's
damage.
an extra 1d6. That's if I cast with a charge. Oh, so just through the
No.
wand.
It's through the
Brilliant.
wand. So in the same way with Barrack swinging his
So
axe,
I will
or
now.
Corvith using his arrow.
Oh, brilliant! That's
yeah.
brilliant. I'm now doing an extra d6. Fantastic.
And there's all the other items.
I think, yes, success. Mostly. Is my bedroll in tatters, or is most of my stuff still okay? Because he actually has some stuff on him.
Yeah, most of it's okay. It was securely fastened, so you're looking pretty good. The sky above you is completely cleared, and the sun is sort of coming through. There's still a kind of charged, chargedness in the air. Your hair's sort of still sticking up slightly, but yeah. This nest, it looks like this griffin has just taken dead trees or ripped trees out and shoved them down and then crushed them to create the nest.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, ring of jumping, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. That's a nice little item.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Exactly. And so long as you don't jump higher than 20 feet, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's mostly. I'm going to leap into the fray if there's a group of orcs.
He's going to gimli it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you can still do the 20-foot run up to get that extra 20 feet and then leap into the air and then cover a huge distance.
Is there a place to record aura? Because I know I've got 5, haven't I? And I've just.
Yeah, if you look on your equipment sheet,
right.
There's an area there about magic items and stuff like that. And I think, did I put a breakdown of aura at the bottom of the character sheet?
Used aura and total aura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's it. So your total aura is your level plus your charisma modifier. And then used aura, you've all using 2 aura.
Indeed.
So, of course, if you have enchant an item, you can rip an enchantment from one of these. And then you learn it, and you can use enchant an item to cast that enchantment.
Tempting, actually, because I could rip your ring, Corvin, and give us all lightning resistance, thunder resistance.
Yeah, you got to focus on the spell, but yeah,
something for later.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with a successful job done, are you heading back now to the road and then to catch up the caravan? And,
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Fantastic.
No point in risking our neck when we've done our duty. Because the civic duty is to either destroy or drive off, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I am going to use Fireball to set fire to the nest before we leave.
Absolutely. So the nest is completely burnt apart. So if the griffin did decide to come back, that's left a very strong message. And as you return, you're now heading up into the hills, about a day's journey. You're beginning to see signs of farmlands about the place in the hills. Here and there, a couple of watchtowers. The watchtowers aren't manned, but they're around
have
the
supply
place.
Caches, we don't have nothing to eat.
I got rations.
And as the night falls, you arrive back at the wagons, who are all moored up in their way station.
Make good time.
Yes, you make good time. So you're not having to spend any time out in the wilds. As you're seen coming in, there's a call, and Frith comes running up, his big bulky frame bouncing, his armor sort of as much as he's moving, the armor seems to just cling tightly to him. And then you got your bill. What about the griffin? Looks around. Did you get it?
Within an inch of its life, it flew off.
But you drove it off.
Burned the nest.
It's a good job. Do you know what? It's hard to take one of those things down, but driving them off, that's just as effective. It'll go somewhere else. It'll be someone else's problem, but you never know. Might come across an orc tribe, and then it's their problem. Well done. Come in. I think this deserves a drink tonight.
Yes.
Something strong, I hope.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing but the best. He calls out, Master Glaveson, let's break out the real brandy.
Oh.
We need a celebration tonight.
Yes. The brandy.
And with that, you are welcomed in, and people gather around. Even Melwyn she's awed by your tale as you are asked to recite the story. Who's going to be? Is it all three of you, or do one of you want to kind of come forward?
Have we been
and
told who
recite the
Melwyn
story?
is yet?
Yes, I introduced Melwyn. She's the
Oh,
chef
yes, I do.
and in charge of supplies.
Well, Barrett could be telling the story, but his legs and arms are broken.
Not really one for
You're,
Cormac, is
you're
it,
looking
really?
pretty bad.
It's
Yeah,
written about
and
3 lines.
Melwyn is quick to get you a healing kit so that you don't have to use yours to bandage yourself up and to look after yourself.
Oh no, you don't actually got any wounds, so never mind. Yes, you see, we came upon the beast as it was eating one of the horses, and poor Bill had been left to watch and learn his fate. Corvith here, calling upon his talents, crept upon it and spied out a best plan for us to attack. An attack we did. Corvith pelted it with arrows, I pelted it with magic, and the dwarf here ran in and traded blows with the beast, piece for piece. As you can see, the scars and the wounds.
You should have seen the other guy.
Indeed, for it was bleeding heavily. I had set it aflame, and I think it may have fallen further to the west. It may be dead, but we shall never know. We set flame to the nest, and now we stand before you conquering heroes.
Oh, that is remarkable, says Glaveson. You drove it further to the west. That's good. The seas are lying that way, away from civilized lands. Let's hear it. And he begins to clap, and everybody begins to cheer as they hear the tale. It's not often, he says, I get good news. Most people who go after griffins never return.
And you do that sending us out.
Well, as I promised. What was it? 20 florins, we said?
25. I'm gonna sort of like be really.
Next notes.
I'm gonna be says Endurian as he kind of like drunkenly with his brandy.
You can see Glaveson kind of almost begins to question his sanity, and then he chuckles and laughs and goes, "Do you know what? Let's make it 25. That's a job well done."
I am a golden god.
26. Did we?
Is that 20 florins each or between?
Between us.
So
No,
let me add
between
that to the pot that we've not actually done anything.
Oh yeah,
with
we
yet. We can settle that when the session ends.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Don't worry about it for now. I've got
Brilliant.
everything down here, so we can go through it afterwards. And then he's really happy. We're a day away from Swanton. We haven't lost any time on this journey. This is really good going. And you have, indeed, my judgment has held true. You've proven yourselves to be as experienced as I thought you were. Well done. So glad to have you with us. And with that, you spend the evening drinking, eating. The brandy is put away before anybody could get too inebriated. You still got a day ahead of you through the more civilized lands of Swanton. And I think, let's see, it's 9:30. Shall we finish it?
Works for me.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Brilliant.
End on a high.
I will be quickly totting up your XP, but it won't be enough to level, but it'll be a good chunk towards it.
Well, I don't think we need to have any long conversation around this time, because if we do that at the end of every session with this planning to be something a little bit more long now, then we shan't analyze too much. But I'll simply ask, and I'll do the same thing that I do at the end of my sessions, and that is a what did you like, what didn't you like, your best moment, your worst moment, kind of thing. We'll start with Brass because he knows what I mean when I say that. Brass.
You know what? My favorite part of that was I liked the Wyvern introduction and the Griffin technically as well, because they both have very good introductions and how like powerful they are. The fight was very good. I I didn't like not having any throwing axes, so I'll rectify that. I'm sure there's throwing axes at this checkpoint. I'm sure.
Swanton's quite a big
Yeah,
town,
there
so
we
yeah,
are. Then.
there will be.
I'll buy a few of those.
Veriax.
So I'm just writing down buy supplies. Next place, because yeah, you're right. We didn't have any food, and that's quite out of character because he would, even though he's part of the caravan, he would still get his own supplies because he doesn't trust anyone. I really enjoyed that. Like I'm, my simple mind is getting to grips with sort of like the swift action and the action, that kind of stuff, and I like you've taken my feedback on board about how to rewrite that. So that was a big help to me. Thank you. So, but I enjoyed the fight because I did feel very impactful, which was nice. And I think that's a combination of me rolling more dice now and being a bit more efficient with what I can do in combat. So yeah, I enjoyed all of that. Thank you.
And the crits.
Yeah, they always help, don't they?
As for myself, there wasn't really a part that I disliked. I say for getting zapped with electricity 3 times in a row. I suppose the best bit for me was being the wizard of the caravan and throwing fireballs out at this wyvern, and everyone going, "Yay, Endurian!" Because all Endurians are used to is Endurian. So it's I think he's now got a bit of a taste for being liked by people for a change. And it turns out if you're nice to people and you do things for them, they don't treat you as an outcast. He's quite enjoying himself. And he didn't like the fact that Bill got taken away or that has abandoned him, despite the fact that he's still the one that's feeding him.
I thought the role playing was fantastic throughout all of that. So you got a lot of ticks on the role play XP front. Talking of the last thing, you've all earned 3 legend points. So this gets noted on your character sheets. The first legend bonus feature is 5. So when you get to at least 5 legends, you can start spending it on bonuses if you want to do that. Okay, so this is another way of you're recognized as being heroic, and people are talking about you. So your legend's beginning to grow. But right now you're still nice. You need to reach 10 legend to become a bit more known.
No, I'm very, very happy with how this went. Any last words, chats, before I dive into the goodbyes?
That was a good session.
It was good world building with the Wyvern and discussion about dragon and things like that. Looking forward to the next one.
Indeed. Excellent. And if you yourself enjoy rolling dice, you can visit my affiliate link below at onlycrits.com/lostlore and use code LOSTLORE at checkout to get a little discount off some really nice dice. Goodbye, everybody.